He's saying a statement.
I never said that.
USA! 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 Oh my God! For once in our lives, we agree! USA! 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 I gotta say, we finally agreed on something. Love Trump's hate! 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 How do you like my turnout, Sandy? That's what they get for calling me a wetback on YouTube. Attaboy, mijo, you're gonna be my chancer tonight. You're gonna be leading everything. Oh look. Your teachers are here. Good. Who do we get? Who's right here? I'll give them to them.
Okay, yeah, and we made some because they ran out of paper strips.
Okay, perfect.
You want to sit here?
Oh, I don't want to sit during meetings, honey, because then they come and surround me and stuff. So I gotta be like on my side.
Like, stay with my wife. I'm like,
I don't know what she is. The loudest one in the room right now. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. 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 We finally agreed on something, Arthur.
Immigrants are welcome here.
We finally agreed on something.
No fear. Immigrants. You say have to come visually, that's all.
Mommy, what did I get myself into? Just so you guys know what we've been dealing with. America first, not illegal. Celebrate. Suck it up, Democrats. That one over there says illegals don't have rights. Okay.
She's not saying USA.
Oh, Trump all the way. Oh yeah, there go. Raise it up. I can see it real quick. Raise it up. Be proud. Be proud. Trump all the way.
Absolutely.
Trump all the way. Oh, there we go. The
Are you
people
proud of
elected
your husband
Trump.
running out of the
I'm
city
super
council meeting?
proud of my husband for standing up to you people. Super proud of my husband. Very, very proud of my husband.
What hate are you talking about?
Well, the hate comes from.
Hatred of who? Hatred of who?
Cudahy resident. These are Cudahy residents.
Here we go.
They think my husband is corrupt and a rat and a puppet, I think, or sheep, or sheep. You know what? I don't see Jack here yet. Jack's not here yet. 5 minutes till meeting time. Jack's not here yet. I have Did they put more out yet? Did they put more out? More of these?
Can they put more out? Okay.
Yeah, because people are having to write them on regular paper. Write my name on your page, bro, before they tell me I can't talk.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah, why your hair sounds folks, for those of you who want to get
use the microphone. I would use the microphone. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could just have your attention really quickly, housekeeping. We are in the process of getting some more speaker sheets.
All right, guys, if you guys are just watching, we're 5 minutes away from the meeting. But there's no one here. At least no council members. Except for my husband. Ooh, I'm gonna need some of those. You okay? You okay? Yeah. How do you feel? You're alive? Hey, can you do this? I gotta go to my car real quick and get my sign. I left it in my trunk.
Oh, yeah. Want me to just keep Facebooking? Yeah? All right. I'm going to use this time to Facebook Live on Crystal's page. What's up? Alan Garcia, a.k.a. the Southeast Patriot. Let me show you what goes on when, you talk to your people and you let them know what's going on. This is what happens. So people come, people show up, people fight for what's right. It's a while because this council has been taking a beating from these guys for a while now. These guys over here, Arthur Schaefer and his group of AKA patriots. But as you can see, the real patriots have shown up. So we're at it.
Brought and they should be back table over there. So if you would please try to get those into us as soon as possible. In fact, right now would be the opportune time for you to fill them out. If you haven't filled them out already, please get them out there.
Thank you.
What do you say?
There's going to be more public comment cards coming through. There's the lovely Sheriff's Department from Cudahy, California. Who's that? Is that Oscar Magana? Yes, sir.
Anybody who's really has to be up against the wall.
Okay.
With the sides of the back.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
How you like my sign, everybody?
So this is a sign because they called Crystal a nasty woman on Facebook. They called her a nasty woman for speaking out against these people over here. Called her a nasty woman.
Actually, the guy right there in the gray sweatshirt holding up that black camera. You guys see him?
Oh, he called you an ass? Oh, yeah, because he runs that disgusting YouTube channel, right?
He won't put his name on there.
He won't.
They're all cyberbullies.
Oh,
but that's
so that's what we call a coward. Okay, cool. So they called her a nasty woman, but as you can see, there's been many awesome nasty women ever. And, as you guys know, we had the march, the Women's March, and that was filled with nasty women. So what's really going on here? These guys hate women. Arthur hates gay people. The OC Weekly writes about how awful him and his hate groups are, but he wants to come to the city of Cudahy. Why? All because Jack Guerrero is such an awesome leader? I doubt it. But hey, man, this is the situation here, though. Cudahy, California. We're at the Cudahy Council meeting. Look at this, man. Everyone should be a part of this right now. Anybody who lives in Cudahy, this meeting is like a couple hours long, and it's probably going to be longer because we're out here holding it down. So come out, man. Come out to the city council meeting on Clara Street Park. Uh-oh, nasty woman.
I just want to say thank you to my mom for making me a nasty woman and standing up no matter what.
Are you a nasty woman?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From the bottom of my heart, I was born here.
Woo!
Why or not?
So that's That's the consensus right here. Nasty women all day.
All nasty women.
We're all nasty women,
The
huh?
difference between us and other women is that when they go low, we go high.
Oh, definitely. This is what going high looks like right here, guys. Getting involved is what going high looks like.
They go low, we go high.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know.
So these are real Cudahy residents.
I'm gonna do a quick
Oh,
lap
yeah.
for everybody. I know you guys can't be here. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching, make sure you share the video with your friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a friend who works for NBC,
Okay.
and she told me to take video, but I'm so like. beside
Well, what I'll
myself,
do is
I send it to me.
Tag her. What's your name?
Her name is Rosa Valle, but I have only her phone number. Do you want me to give you her phone number?
Yeah, cause
Works for NBC News. Maybe I need to get her.
maybe.
Her Twitter or what is it? I don't know how any of this works.
I'm on Facebook Live, but there's a bunch of people on Facebook Live.
Let me ask her what's the best way for you to send it to
Okay.
her. And then
Well, I'm gonna post it on Facebook afterwards. So
Okay.
even so, after this meeting, I'll post it for her.
Perfect. Okay. And if she has any questions, I'll look for you so we can.
Perfect. Even better.
To look it up. Jack Guerrero did not vote at all. Yes or no. Alternative. He couldn't even get into it. Yes or no. So he didn't vote.
He abstained.
So that's not a vote yes, and that's not a vote
That
no.
means he didn't vote.
That means he didn't vote. Abstention.
So he doesn't care.
And actually, according to the Robert's Rules of Order, he's not supposed to do that. He's not supposed to do that unless there's a conflict of interest. We'll see if he votes. We'll see if he votes. $20 for me says that he abstained.
Yes. Okay, so then where's the argument?
Hi, baby. Thanks for guys for coming. Hey, guys, a local celebrity here with us, guys. Oscar Magana standing up for the people's voices, no matter what anybody else says.
The other guy declared the city sanctuary. This is the problem of the research.
Okay, you and I both know that there was problems before this was a sanctuary city. You know that there was problems before we came. They came, okay, but that doesn't make it wrong. That makes them have an opinion. People are allowed to have opinions.
Correct.
Right. Even if we weren't a sanctuary city, LA County Sheriff's is a sanctuary city. LA County is a sanctuary county. LA City is a sanctuary city. It's people standing up for what's right. It doesn't matter what these people think. They can have opinions, but so can we.
Okay, sir.
They don't live here. They never lived here.
We never invited. We don't agree with their policy.
You don't, but Jack doesn't ever tell them that he disagrees with them. And they call him a hero, and they call him a savior, they call him a man.
They can say whatever
And
they
he
want.
never, nope, that's the exact same thing as Trump getting supported by the KKK and not denouncing them. It's the exact same thing. Exact same thing.
One more thing, just
Because they're calling me a nasty woman for talking against Jack last time. So this is what's happening now. They saw all of the racist comments that they put on Facebook against me, Sandy. Calling me a beaner, telling me I have 900 family members, calling me a wetback ass cunt, calling me all kinds of stuff. This is what happens when they talk like that. They are entitled to their own opinion, but when they start calling me a beaner, telling me that I'm on welfare, telling me I have 900 million family members, telling me I should be deported when I was born in California, I won't stand for it. They did. All of them. That guy, right? That's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. But if in the same video they tell me that Jack Guerrero is the only hero for standing up against sanctuary cities, he has it coming. For not saying anything. He went on the news and didn't say anything, Marcos. Defend us. I am an immigrant. I am an anchor baby. I am proud of that. But just because of the color of my skin doesn't mean that I need to get deported back to Mexico, because America is also my country. And they're saying that they just sweep out the Mexican trash. My husband's been to Mexico one time when he was 3 years old to meet his great grandmother.
Okay, good point. Let's get ready for the meeting.
Get ready. Hey, you guys, during the meeting, be respectful. We're not them. When they're conducting business, we are not them. We are going to be respectful when they are conducting business. When it's our turn to talk, we will have our turn. Okay?
Folks, as I stated earlier, the policy is to accept speaker cards at least 20 minutes into the meeting. After 20 minutes, the internal rules say we do not accept speaker cards. That is not there to keep you from speaking. So if anything
Corruption. They always want to throw the word around corruption when they don't agree with somebody, but no laws have been broken. It's a shock and awe factor. Get out of here. Don't speak to her. That's what they want. Me too. Yeah, don't get involved, honey. Hi. Oh no. How are you? How's it going? I'm just sorry in advance. Hey. Crystal, sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Are you okay? Yeah. I'm Do you guys need help or anything? We have chant sheets. We have posters. You want a poster? Give her a poster. Okay. Where's Memo? Where's Memo?
Memo's up in the front. Over there with Sally's.
Okay. Let me get you a sign. Hold on. Here. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm just going to grab the sign behind you. Hi, you know what? I'm going to shake your hand because you went to shake my hand. Thank you. Public for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Someday for all! For all!
Yeah.
Okay, members of the public are advised that all pagers, cellular telephones, and any other communication
I'm trying
devices
mine.
are
I'm
to be
next to you
turned
so
off
I could
upon
record.
entering the city council chambers. If you need to have a discussion with someone in the audience,
I'm gonna go get my
kindly step
folder.
out into the lobby. Under the government code, the city council may regulate disruptive behavior that impedes the city council meeting. Disruptive conduct may include, but is not limited to, screaming or yelling at another audience member's public comments period, and profane language directed at individuals in the meeting room, and throwing objects at other individuals in the meeting room, and physical or verbal altercations with other individuals in the meeting room, and going beyond the allotted 2-minute public comment period granted. When a person's or group's conduct disrupts the meeting, the mayor or presiding officer will request that the person or group stop the disruptive behavior and warn the person or group that they will be asked to leave the meeting room if the behavior continues. If the person or group refuses to stop the disruptive behavior, the mayor or presiding officer will keep them below your chin. Anyone on the sides that has a video camera, you can either video from your seats or on the sides. And please keep the aisles clear because we need to walk through. It's a hazard if you're blocking the aisles. And let's have a nice professional meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sergeant.
That's the first time she's gotten a round of applause.
6 p.m. You have 20 minutes to turn in a public comment card if you'd like to speak during public comments. We're going to move on to presentations. City Clerk.
Sorry that this is like Shake City, guys.
Yes,
Sorry.
this time certificates of recognition to those individuals who made a contribution for the youth and their families during the holiday season.
You want to call names?
Yes. We have a certificate awarded to Ms. Pace, a certificate awarded to Cynthia Beers, Sheriff's Department, certificate of recognition awarded to Cross Country Mortgage. Roll. And certificate of recognition awarded to Katrina Dorsey, Los Angeles Galaxy.
How do
And it
I?
reads, on behalf of the Southeast community
They
for
said
your
they can't hear
commitment, hard
anything.
work, dedication, and generosity in supporting our
Is that
youth
my-
and their families, and has made a huge difference in the lives of our youth. Thank you for having a caring heart and extending
Oh,
yourself
we're good.
to meet the needs of others.
Please join me, give him a round of applause. Just want to thank them for their service and their commitment to our community and to our residents and also the children. We work very hard with our partnerships with nonprofits and also businesses that do business with our city to continue moving our city forward and provide services to our residents. We're going to go ahead and move on to public comment. So at this time, I'll turn it over to the city.
All right, guys, this is when it starts getting good.
Yes, our first speaker is Adelina Garcia, followed by Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Excuse me, I was the first one to hand my card in.
There were no first. There were no first. We didn't know who to hand it to.
We simply put them in the stack. You'll have your opportunity to speak. You're gonna
That's right. Like everyone else.
Thank you. Everybody will get an opportunity to speak. We just thank you. Sir, if we could please allow public comment to proceed without interruption, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so if the first speaker who was called could please come up to the dais and address the council. Thank you.
Oh, I need translation things.
Sí, buenas noches. Mi nombre es Adelina García y vivo aquí en la ciudad de Cudahy. Y yo vengo por lo que vengo casi en cada junta a pedir por los niños que practican un deporte, soccer, que nos bajen los altos costos
Sorry, I don't have translation,
de los
guys.
parques. Los parques no están en buenas condiciones, nos están cobrando demasiado
I don't
dinero
translate for my
por
video.
usar los parques que no podemos usarlos
We
porque
can't use
están
them
llenos de lodo,
because they're full of mud,
de agua.
of water.
Los niños tienen que ir
The
a
kids
torneos
have to go to tournaments
sin poder practicar.
without practicing.
Tuvimos un torneo en
We had a tournament
Gardens, compitiendo para
in
equipos
competition
donde pagan mucho dinero,
where people
los
pay a
padres,
lot of money, the
y
parents,
aún así
and
nosotros
even then,
ganamos el primer lugar.
we won
Y
first
yo
place.
pido el apoyo de ustedes
And I'm asking for your help
para que los niños
for
de
the
Cudahy
kids
puedan
of Cudahy
practicar
can
en mejores
practice
condiciones.
in better conditions.
Mis niños han practicado en el parque con lodo y yo creo que no es justo para los niños que viven en Cudahy. La mayoría son residentes y estamos practicando en un lugar donde está sucio, mojado. Ojalá que ahorita que son las elecciones que no nos engañen, porque que digan que arreglaron el parque. Nosotros ayudamos mucho para que los parques se arreglaran. ¿Y qué hicieron cuando se arregló? Nos sacaron, cobrándonos $60 por hora. La comunidad es pobre, no tiene dinero para pagar. Ya han pagado demasiado por ticket, por todo estamos pagando ahora. Ahora hasta nos quieren subir la renta de la casa porque quieren subir el impuesto. No es justo.
Thank you,
La
Adelina.
comunidad es pobre.
Thank you very much.
Gracias, Adelina.
Good job, Adelina.
Elizabeth Rodriguez, followed by Gloria Sandoval.
Before, point of order. Mr. Mayor, I know that there's rules of conduct, and if we're going to enforce it for our constituents here, I think we should also enforce it for us on the dais. So I think
I have a right to
council
clap.
members
I have a right to clap for the people.
are disrupting the
I have a right to clap for the people.
just so that it's equal for both the residents that are present.
I have a right to clap for the people.
I believe that we should give an example.
So I'm just going to ask my colleagues to be respectful and show respect and be professional up here. We are council members and we represent a lot of the people that sit here and they just want to face their opinion. So let's please set the example of be professional and courteous and be respectful. Thank you. Public speaker.
Elizabeth Rodriguez.
She didn't submit that, she said. Somebody wants her to talk.
Gloria Sandoval.
Oh, brother.
Buenas noches, vecinos. Buenas noches, señor Jack Guerrero, que creo que es el único que merece mi respeto aquí. Soy ciudadana por 20 años, aquí en Cudahy, ya casi 21 de haber comprado mi casa. He vivido felizmente, pero miren, yo hace 4 años, háganse la pregunta, el señor Cris García, Barú Sánchez, corrió como el señor Jack Guerrero. Él nunca nos dijo que no era republicano, aquí está. Él siempre ha sido republicano. Yo le creo a él cuando él me dijo, yo no voté por el señor Trump, yo le creo, porque es lo que ha demostrado siempre aquí. Muchas gracias, señor Jack Guerrero, y le digo a Cris García, qué lástima, Cris, tu carrera política se va a terminar aquí, en Cudahy, aquí. No queremos más impuestos, no más impuestos, somos pobres. Mi esposo trabaja 6 días a la semana para pagar la casa, no más impuestos. Otra cosa, señor Cris, tú mandaste a quitar los signs, te pido respeto, escúchame, Cris, escúchame, te pido respeto. El señor, ayer agarré al señor Lennon, lo tengo en video, con su novia, quitando los signs del señor Jack Guerrero y Sergio Vázquez. Yo exijo respeto. Una disculpa la quiero ahorita, Lennon.
Show the video.
Te tengo en video. Te tengo en video.
Show the video. Show the video.
Por favor, tú trajiste a tus invitados. Ellos son tus invitados. Ellos, los señores.
Sandy, you're caught on tape.
Santuario. Estos señores andan por todo lado. Son tus invitados de honor, Cris. Muchas gracias a ti. Los tenemos aquí ahora. Así que te lo agradecemos a ti. Y volteame a ver que nunca lo has hecho. Ya falta. Son 4 años que tengo aquí pidiéndole no más. Basta, basta. Y yo soy residente de Cudahy. Exijo respeto. ¿Ok? Gracias.
Thank you, Mr. Gloria. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much for your comments. Point of order, clarification.
Thank you for your details. If I could just ask one favor of you all. Please address your comments to the board, to the council, not to the audience. I would like it if we would appreciate it.
So,
Comments and
because she was speaking to the audience instead of the council, that's why she says that.
That's not what we're here to police, but we would
That's why they're saying they have to address it to the council only, not to the public.
Thank you. And if the next speaker could be called.
Our next speaker is Michelle Gessner.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
So this is what I want to show you guys, and this is how I feel about you, Jack. I am really, really annoyed with you. You know what? When I first met you, I thought you were going to be really cool and you would respect all of us. However,
I got elected to fight corruption.
Boo! Don't interrupt her time! Don't interrupt her time! Give her her time back!
Michelle, stop your time.
Give her her time back! Don't interrupt her time!
Sorry, Michelle, stop your time.
yes, okay, thank you.
Folks,
Okay.
I'm not going to pretend that this isn't a heated issue, okay?
Okay, it is.
I know there are
It's
strong-
concerning our immigrants,
But
and he knows
if I
it.
could make one comment, if members of the council could please refrain from interrupting.
Yeah!
So let me just say one other thing. He says he's against corruption. The only thing is he won't tell you that he's anti-immigrant. And we have that on recordings. If they want to go and look us at City Hall, you can see where he has put down people that are dreamers, and he knows he has. He has abstained every single vote that anyone has ever done, and everything since for 2016. How many did you go ahead and agree upon, Jack? None. And you're out there saying you have. And one last comment here about the gentleman in the back. He came into town with these guys, and he's running with you. How do you explain that one? Thank you.
One more time. Thank you very much.
I might have to have you record this because everybody's complaining about me being out of focus because I'm getting heated.
Again, if you could please address your comments to the council. Council, if you could please refrain from interrupting people while they speak. This night will go better for everybody, no matter what you're doing. So if you could call the next speaker, that's fine.
Our next speaker is Felipe Aguin, followed by Javier Flores.
Here, Sandy, hold this one for Jack to see.
Felipe Aguin. Felipe Aguirre. Felipe Aguirre.
They're gonna shut down this meeting again. They're gonna shut it down.
Totally. I hope I get to say something first.
City Council of Cudahy. My name is Felipe Aguirre, and I live and work in the city of Maywood, California. Now, I used to be on the city council in Maywood when we declared our city a sanctuary city. And we had the same situation where you have a lot of people coming and protesting. They have the right to speak, but we have the right to speak also. I think that all of us are Americans, no matter where you were born. You're Americans by choice. And other people are Americans because they were born here in this country. We have to look at the situation when we had the KKK, the Minutemen come to the city of Maywood. Did we pay attention to them? No. We let them do what they wanted to do. They have the right to speak. But we went out on the day that the Minutemen came to Maywood, and we did a citizenship fair at Santa Rosa, Lima. And we did over 250 people to become citizens that day. Why? Because that's the most constructive thing we can do. And I would encourage the city of Cudahy to do similar activities, because that's the best way to fight against a person that's racist, that's trying to say that there are human beings that are illegal. No human being is illegal. We were all born here. It's very hard to understand that a loser that's in Washington, D.C., the biggest loser that we have, is trying to set policy for this country. This country, Cudahy and Maywood, were built by immigrants. Immigrants are working here. If there were no immigrants, this society would not exist the way that it does. Now, Maywood and Cudahy share many of the same things. We're small cities, very poor communities, but it's important that we speak to our citizens, we speak to our residents, and we put out a clear position.
Thank you very much for your time.
Next speaker is Javier Flores. Javier Flores.
I need one. Oh, she's here. Valeria Ponte.
Buenos días a todo el concilio, mis vecinos y visitantes que nos vienen a ver el show aquí en Cudahy. Con todo respeto, les digo que yo tengo 28 años de vivir aquí en Cudahy y no he visto aquí a varias personas que vienen a apoyarnos que viven aquí. Me da vergüenza la crítica que le están haciendo al señor Yag. Tú, Baruch, eres el alcalde de la ciudad y no has sabido dirigir a tus colegas. El Cris García está haciendo todo lo que él quiere con la ciudad, engañando a todos los ciudadanos con sus flyers racistas, pagándole a gente que no es de Cudahy para que venga a pegar póster, insultándonos cuando va a venir el Ku Klux Klan. Eso me da vergüenza. También otro flyer que sacó a donde sale que voten por la 39 porque va a ser para pagar la seguridad. Nosotros ya tenemos un contrato de 5 años que no tenemos por qué darles más hasta que no cumpla su contrato. Entonces puede ser otro. También está usando en el estado del pasado. No para que no actuaran. No la ese estudiante, flamante estudiante de Cudahy que salió de UCLA. Es una vergüenza. El señor Hernández no vive aquí, ni Cris García vive aquí. Nada más tú, Baruch, tú debes de defender a la ciudad junto con Cristian Markovich. Defiéndela.
And
para
Markovich?
que salgamos adelante. No solapando aquí, mandando traer gente que venga a pelearnos. ¿Qué clase de político es? Queremos gente que nos defienda, ¿no?
Markovich has been here for 60 years.
Ya estuvo bien. Tú, Hernández, por favor, dedícate
Muchas
a
gracias,
trabajar.
Javier Flores. Thank you for your comments. Really appreciate it.
The next speaker is Adolfo Varas, followed by Pamela Munguia.
Oh, awesome. Let's get all the negativity out in the way. Go ahead, clap, Trump supporters, for your man.
My name is Adolfo Varas, and what's so funny, Hernandez? So I just want to say this. This isn't about the sanctuary cities. This is about what's going on in the city of Cudahy. For somebody that is openly gay and abuses his rights, and something that is going on in this community. Whether there's a he said, she said, the facts is the papers don't lie.
Show the papers.
The papers don't lie. That's showing that you guys are almost out of your $8 million budget. That's under $1 million. You guys keep spending money when you guys are not bringing back no revenue to put it aside for other emergencies. You guys keep misrepresenting the community. You guys keep misspending the money. You guys have a city clerk that is supposed to be appointed by council, but yet is appointed to city manager. And that is one of the things you guys should be doing. That is something that's questionable.
Oh my God.
And that's something that needs to be done. Whether you make comments about me or make comments about me negatively, I don't care, because I will not stand and not go against this thing that is going on with the corruption. Garcia, you stated in the Los Angeles Democratic Committee that you wanted to increase everything. The council tax, revenue to increase tax, and keep increasing the hard-working residents. And you can't tell me this is not a lie. I'm not the only one that was there volunteering for the Los Angeles Democratic Committee. And that is something that you guys are taking advantage of the residents. Some of these people can barely feed their families. And you guys keep increasing things in this community. And that needs to be changed. That needs to stop. You have to think about the well-being of this community and think about in their position. I only make $20,000 a year. And imagine you guys keep increasing everything. I can't even open up a business here.
Work
it's
for
too
it.
expensive.
Thank you.
Work for it. Don't speak for us. You can't speak for us. You're not from Cudahy. You can't speak to us. Get out of here. Don't speak for us.
Sergeant of Arms. Sergeant of Arms. Sergeant of Arms. Sergeant of Arms. Sergeant Beard. Can you please read the rules of decorum one more time, please, so we can all be on the same page?
So am I. So am I. Get over it.
Where's the warning?
So we're going to read the rules of decorum one more time so we can all be on the same page. We've all been behaving so far so good, so we're just going to read them again.
Okay, members of the public. Everyone, I'm going to announce the rule of decorum. Members of the public are advised that all pagers, cellular telephones, and any other communication devices are to be turned off upon entering the City Council chambers. If you need to have a discussion with someone in the audience, kindly step out into the lobby. Under the government code, the City Council may regulate disruptive behavior that impedes the City Council meeting. Disruptive conduct may include, but is not limited to, screaming or yelling during another audience member's public comment period, and profane language directed at individuals in the meeting room, and throwing objects at another individuals in the meeting room, and physical or verbal altercations with other individuals in the meeting room, and going beyond the allotted 2-minute public comment period granted. When a person's or group's conduct disrupts the meeting, the mayor or presiding officer requests that the person or group stop the disruptive behavior and warn the person or group that they will be asked to leave the meeting room if the behavior continues. If the person or group refuses to stop the disruptive behavior, the mayor or presiding officer may order the person or group to leave the meeting room and may request that those persons be escorted from the meeting room.
Thank you, Sergeant of Arms. So this is how it's going to go. If I give you a warning, second warning, the third warning, the Sergeant of Arms will escort you out because you're disturbing the meeting and you're not allowing for business to continue. So the next public speaker, City Clerk, was
Pamela Munguia.
First warning over here.
Patricia, you have a warning. Patricia, you have a warning.
Buenas noches, miembros del Concilio y la comunidad. No vamos a permitir que nos quieran dividir. En Cudahy los residentes estamos unidos contra la corrupción y en contra de las pólizas corruptas que nos van a desfalcar y nos van a llevar a la bancarrota. ¿Qué es lo que quieres hacer tú, Cris García? Desviar la atención de los verdaderos problemas. Y formamos una cadena unida todos para seguir denunciando con las pruebas en la mano, como se le dio la opinión al 34, al 4, al 62. ¿Dónde vamos a relatar? Vamos a relatar todo lo que, empezando por junio 5 de 2015, la subida de colección de la basura. Toman de la reserva $1 millón para junio 19 de 2015. Para el programa de ballet solo se cobraban $25. Para aprobar en una de las juntas del concilio el fondo de la reserva, a la que la administración pasada, siendo corruptos, dejaron 8 millones en reserva. Para el presupuesto que ya se manejaba del 2015-16 había un déficit y había de dónde cortarle a la gente. Master fee, fine increase, en el mismo tiempo en el que le bajaban a sus amistades y a sus parientes el tax por propiedades de menos de 4 unidades. Y ahorita el flyer que manda Cris García es para subir el impuesto de la parcela, que es lo mismo del impuesto de la propiedad. Y los chamacos que le están haciendo caso a no pagan la renta. A nosotros nos van a subir la renta. Esa es la verdadera desviación. Esa es la verdadera desviación. Los papás nos trabajamos muy duro para pagar la renta y ustedes ustedes sí van a pagar. Todos van a votar sí como borregos, ¿verdad? Tenemos 4 años.
Get out of here. Mugia, your time is up.
Bye.
Next speaker. I'm sorry.
If you could please try to sit down. Please try to avoid standing in front. That obviously blocks other people. Please, just very, very simple rules of decorum. Please observe them. This will go much better. So, next speaker.
Yes, our next speaker is Rocio Pacheco, followed by Sergio Vasquez.
Oh my God, I'm so glad they're getting all the bad people out first, so then we get to talk for an hour after.
Is Rocio Pacheco here?
My husband's giving me like laser eyes, like stop talking, don't get thrown out. This is the ballerina teacher who said that my husband gets prostitutes, by the way, and started a Facebook war with me, just so everybody knows who's watching.
Buenas noches a toda mi comunidad, a todos los que están aquí presentes. De alguna manera, pues están viendo por sus ideales. Esta noche yo solamente no vengo a hablar de ningún tema de lo que están hablando, que si los racistas, que si esto, que lo otro. Yo nomás vengo a decirles que estoy cansada de ti, Cris García. Y el día de hoy vengo a quitarte la máscara ante todos. Quiero que todo el mundo sepa el delincuente y criminal que eres. Cuéntales cómo me has perseguido y di cómo tuviste un encuentro con el concejal de campo, Isaac Galván, y le pediste que te consiguiera un hombre para que me matara. Para que me dieran los balazos. Él mismo me recomendó que me cuidara de ti. Y tú sabes que no es la primera vez que me amenazas de muerte. Es tu segundo intento, Cris. También pagaste a una persona de la pandilla de la 18 para que matara a Dayana Oliva y a mí. Y por si fuera un poco, ahora en noviembre recibí un sobre de amenazas tuyas con un par de balas. Eres una basura que quiere gobernar mi ciudad, pero no lo vas a lograr con tus mentiras. Eres una vergüenza para Cudahy. Y todos los políticos de la región saben que eres una basura. Por eso no te apoyan. Y nada más vienen a ver qué show hacemos aquí cada día del concilio. Y con las trampas que le pones acá cada día más allá, tampoco lo vas a lograr. Eres tramposo, hipócrita, falso, sucio. Y tenle seguridad de que todos Los Ángeles, es más, todo California se va a enterar de la basura que eres como el ser humano. La razón de nuestra pobre comunidad en compañía de tu clica Hernández, Markovich, Sánchez y el city manager José Pulido. Le diste a José Pulido $250,000. ¿De dónde vamos a pagar el sueldo de esta rata? ¿De dónde, Cris? ¿De tu bolsillo? ¿De la pobre comunidad? ¿De dónde? La comunidad está cada vez más pobre. Mira las calles, da vergüenza. Cuando cruzas de Bell para acá, se nota el cambio. No has hecho nada.
And the Oscar goes to...
Next speaker is Sergio Vasquez.
Oh, he's running with Jack. He's
Good
running
evening,
with Jack.
everyone. This is probably the biggest turnout I've ever seen in the meetings that I've attended, and I'm actually wishing that...
I'm sorry, can you stop his time there? Can you please address your comments to the council? Thank you very much.
So, that being said, I'd like to talk about the proposition that's on the ballot, Prop PES. That measure that was passed by every single person on the council, except for Jack Guerrero, thinks about, he actually considers the people here in the city that actually live here and pay those taxes. And the misinformation that has to do with the fact that it's only going to hit the wealthiest, which is untrue, completely. And it's obvious because when you're talking about a person's property, in this case an apartment or a multi-unit housing parcel, someone's going to pay for it. The increase that goes through that property tax bill is going to be passed on to the rest.
$139 a year, with only $40 a day for property owners only, not renters. And that money legally can only go towards public
safety. There's not going to
safety.
be much money left in this council to be able to pay for streets and basic services. That's the sad part. You know, I remember reading an article from El Monte, just recently posted by the LA Times, and the city manager, if I'm not mistaken, on retirement makes like $200,000 a year plus benefits and like a bunch of other stuff. You know, and this is all on the backs of hardworking immigrants. You know, that's the sad part. And people like you are the reason why they end up fleeing those cities in hopes that they'll actually be able to live in a government that'll actually treat them with respect instead of looking down, you know, and away from the public comment. You know, that's the sad part. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergio Vasquez.
Can you hold this? Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm coming to the council meeting tonight to express my absolute disgust and disappointment in Councilmember Jack Guerrero.
Yeah.
Since I spoke out at the last meeting, stop my time please.
Let her speak.
Since I spoke out at the last meeting, I've been bullied by Arthur Shopper and his group on YouTube. Some examples of these comments that were left, where I'm going to try to clean up the language because they were pretty awful. Lard ASS Wetback wants to make sure that the rest of her Wetback family can stay in sanctuary cities. What a effing joke that fat ASS CUNT is. The Mexican voluntary slaves have spoken. They believe they are entitled, really? I call BS. This is, speaking of death threats, kill all communist, subversive, illegal, alien freeloaders, spics, like this fat, contemptuous, racist, anti-constitution, anti-American, unlawful pig. Pack your bags and your families because President Trump is sending the INS to your real house. Deport them all. Damn, this is my favorite. Deport them all. Damn glad I don't live in that town, but there was one man on that council, Jack Guerrero. So these are just some of the comments that were left for me on YouTube. This is the reason for my disappointment in Mr. Guerrero, his lack of leadership in the city of Cudahy. How could you not denounce this racist, bullying group from attacking your constituents? I'm a constituent. These people constantly praise you and call you a hero for being against sanctuary cities, but we don't know where you stand on sanctuary cities because you didn't vote. You abstained. You have to vote. You've abstained like you have over 100 times in the last year. Say something, Jack. Tell these people that you support the undocumented and cut it. Because you do. You called my sister, your campaign office called my sister to say that you support the undocumented, and yet these racist bullies continue to support you for being anti-sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
No, you can't pick and choose who you bring in.
Don't get to your level. Don't respond. Let them be crazy.
You can't pick and choose.
That's your second warning. That's your second warning.
We want to get through. We have lots of speakers and we want to make sure everybody.
Strike three! That's it. That's 3 warnings.
Respectfully, please just allow the meeting to proceed. I would appreciate that.
That should be 4. Come on, you guys. That should be 4.
Adolfo Varas, you already have 2 warnings. The next warning I give you, I'm going to kick you out. Okay, I'm going to ask the Sergeant of Arms to escort you out of the building. So who's the next public comment speaker, City Clerk?
Our next speaker is Arely Garcia.
Southgate that I know. I came here to tell you that I stand with our immigrant Southeast community, and it disgusts me that Jack Guerrero invited these people who spread lies.
I did not invite anybody.
I don't know why they.
Warning for Jack.
Folks,
I just want to
yeah,
say that we are better than
we're going to stop your time.
I just need to make a quick point.
Add 10 seconds.
This night will go so much more smoothly if we don't interrupt one another. Mr. Guerrero, I know you're
Freedom of speech, First Amendment. Thank you.
Yes. I'm sorry about that, Ms. Garcia. Just please be respectful. She's speaking. Everyone will have 2 minutes to speak. Mr. Guerrero, that includes yourself. I know you turned in a public comment card. So please let Ms. Garcia speak. Wait for your turn.
I don't know what that means. Oh, she's going to cut my fingers?
This is the first time I've come to meetings. I am from Southgate. I would go to meetings in Southgate when I was in high school. And I'm ashamed of myself that I haven't kept up with the politics in our local government. And I intend my best to begin being involved, and I just want to say that
one of the ladies next to me just said that she wants to cut off my fingers for talking against Jack.
I don't know who said that they could come here and terrorize our families, our kids. Kids are not going to school because they're scared of going because ICE is going to go. I seen their comments. They said, oh, the more people you come, the better it is for ICE to come. That's disgusting. We're trying to create communities here. We're trying to expand families that are successful. We are. It's just, I don't even know what to say anymore because it disgusts me. And I just want to say that I hope the best person gets reelected, and my support from Southgate all the way.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia.
The next speaker is Patricia Covarrubias, followed by Luis Garcia.
Show me your sign, Sandy. Be proud. Oh, another one.
Buenas noches a todos. Aquí, qué bueno que vino mucha gente para que sepan la verdad. Yo hace 4 años empecé de activista con Chris García. Esta era nuestra camisa para ir a tocar puertas. Unidos por Cudahy. Ahorita quiere desunir a Cudahy. Es un mentiroso, un backstabber. Nosotros como grupo seguimos unidos porque estábamos para las reformas. Qué bueno que ahora estás levantando la cara porque nunca la levantas. Ahorita porque tienes muchos supporters. Tú eres el que estás como Trump. Te gusta que te aplaudan. Por eso estás ahorita levantando la cabeza. ¿Saben que él le subió a los tickets? Él quitó a las niñas del ballet. Las niñas ahorita están practicando en la calle. Mientras una amiga de él está en la zumba, nada más una alumna, y tiene aquí el salón para ella solita. A su amiga de ellos, que se llama Susi de Santiago, le hicieron una propuesta para perdonarle los taxes de su casa 4 años. Y a nosotros los residentes nos quieren subir los taxes porque ya no hay dinero en la reserva. Aquí y en donde quiera, eso es corrupción, que le haga uno favores a sus amigos. Eso donde quiera es corrupción. Ellos están quedándose con todo el dinero de la ciudad. El bus le pagamos 500, el basecito que corre aquí 1 milla, le pagamos $500,000, nada más para que le paguen al driver. El bus es de la ciudad, si se descompone nosotros tenemos que pagarlo. ¿Por qué le pagamos $500,000 a un bus que nomás da 2 vueltas aquí en Cudahy? Porque les da la mitad a ustedes. Ayer vimos al vicealcalde con su novia pateando los signs de Jack Guerrero. Le sacamos video y lo tengo yo aquí, que hasta le cubrieron las placas con el de tu carro nuevo, de Infinity. Lo tengo yo. Sí, aunque te duela, tengo evidencias. Good job. Y yo estoy aquí en contra de la corrupción. Y el único honesto y que no es corrupto es Jack Guerrero.
Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Luis Garcia.
Buenas noches. I'm sorry, Mr. Garcia. I'm going to hold you there. So I'm going to ask everyone to calm down. There is translation services being provided to the translation service lady.
Start his time over again. Start his time over again.
So please be patient and let Mr. Luis Garcia speak.
Start his time over again.
Ok, buenas noches, yo me llamo Andrés García y estoy aquí para decirles muchas gracias por toda la gente que ha venido, porque estamos muy preocupados sobre nuestra juventud. We're all here for the youth. I know that we want the future to be best for our children. I'm a volunteer. I work with the community. I also work at Juvenile Hall and see a lot of product from our community end up at Juvenile Hall. And I do want to say thank you to the council for building the Lugo project and emphasizing the beautiful park and facility that Cudahy now owns and has here to the west side of our city. I want to say that I myself was a volunteer coach there, and I have trained youth at that campus right there. Brand new facility. Thank you very much for bringing that out to our youth that we needed. Our first generation Chicanos here need that and deserve that. Our parents came here with a dream to give us a better opportunity, and we are providing it with that park, and we continue to provide that as long as you guys help us out here to protect the youth and lead them properly for a stronger future and united. When I see you guys, I want to see you guys united, working together so the kids can see what working together is about. Not we all have differences. But we need to sit down at that table, especially you guys who have the degrees and are educated up there, and our constituents and our leaders. We need you guys to work together, not against each other.
Yes.
And not have us bicker and fight against one another with different ideologies. We do need to move past that and work for our future and work for our youth. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for your time.
Our next speaker is Adin Enamorado.
Adin Alvarado. No, she's not present.
Next speaker is Felix Reyes.
Felix Reyes.
Buenas noches, miembros del concilio.
Buenas noches, comunidad. Me da gusto ver la casa llena. Primera vez en tantos años que vengo a las juntas. Yo también voy a seguir hablando de la corrupción porque están usando esto como una pantalla. A mí me preocupa cómo está trabajando el concilio. Me preocupa que tengamos dos compañías de mantenimiento. Cuando hablan de que la ciudad está casi en quiebra, no hay dinero, pero tienen una compañía de la ciudad y traen una compañía privada a hacer mantenimiento usando los logotipos de la ciudad, haciendo un doble gasto para la ciudad. Quitaron los programas de deportes que había antes de torneos de fútbol, básquet. Trajeron una asociación supuestamente no lucrativa. Tiene un contrato de $330,000. Entonces, ¿dónde está lo no lucrativa? ¿Por qué tienen que pagarle? ¿Qué pasa con el contrato con la basura? ¿Por qué no se atreven a tocar la cláusula de rescisión de contrato que le da una renovación automática de 10 años cada año que no tocan ese tema? ¿Quién está llevando comisión ahí? Esas son cosas que me preocupan. Ahora, yo tengo meses viniendo a pedirles ayuda en los parques con esa fumadera de marihuana. Yo sé que se aprobó la ley del uso de marihuana, pero no en lugares públicos. Yo tengo los niños entrenando fútbol allí y tengo el grupo de jóvenes fumando marihuana. Les he pedido ayuda muchas veces aquí. Ni el sheriff, ni el core informer, ni nadie se acerca a ayudarnos. Ya les dije que en los baños las señoras no pueden entrar con sus niños al baño porque hay gente adentro fumando marihuana. ¿Hasta cuándo nos van a ayudar? No es posible que ustedes nomás estén sentados ahí y eso es todo lo que hacen. No dan una orden al city manager, no dan una orden al secretario que hace.
Muchas gracias por sus comentarios.
Jack has done anything about any of those issues.
First and foremost, Jack Guerrero had a chance to vote yes or no on Cudahy being a sanctuary city, and he abstained. But he says he's for the people. All right, my name is Eden. I've been living in Cudahy for over 27 years. I'm a legal resident, but I understand that there are others my age who came here as children, and along with the rest, it would be unfair for them to get deported when they came here as children without a say. If it wasn't for the American intervention, it wouldn't be a need for Latin Americans to come here. Now, 200 plus years ago, the first wetbacks, English settlers, migrated through the Atlantic Ocean from Europe. Because of tax evasion. That not only is selfish and greedy, but it's relatively humorous to have their silver spoon-fed descendants now pointing fingers at Native Americans. And I say Native Americans because Mexicans, Guatemalans, Salvadorians are partly indigenous descent from Mayan and Aztecs who have been here in the Americas for thousands of years. And are we forgetting that California, Texas, and others used to be Mexico? And it's conclusively amusing to me saying illegals don't pay taxes when they do, not only through work, but also from other purchases here in the States. Speaking of taxes, where are Trump's? Sanctuary cities. Harboring criminals. Criminals still get treated like criminals, and even if they're immigrants, it's worse because that's deportation. Sanctuary cities policies are legal and are protected by the 10th Amendment. Aside of the topic, I'm tired of white and black people telling Latinos to learn English. The English language originated in Northwest Germany. Black, spreading hate against Hispanic. You should be ashamed of yourselves for treating us the same way the white man treated you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So let's just calm down. Who's our next speaker? City Clerk?
Our next speaker is Arthur Shopper.
Oh, thank you very much, Arthur Shopper.
Bring the fire. That was the best speech I've ever heard at a council meeting.
This will be the one chance at the photos that I've always wanted.
Right here. Don't miss this one. Don't miss this one. Don't miss this one.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. It might be hard for me to talk to one because there's 4 corotitas on that pantalla, so it might be really hard.
Stop his time.
You're stopping my time?
Yes.
Okay, so you're stopping my time because they're being rude, right? Because they're discriminating. That guy discriminating.
Can't take the heat. Can't take the heat. Can't take the heat.
Sorry,
Please address your comments to the council. Okay, proceed. Mr. Shopper.
I'm allowed to talk.
Please go.
No, wait, Mr. Shopper, can you just please give your comments to the council? Yes, yes. And I'm gonna ask the.
And they're discriminating against.
I'm just gonna ask his mic is not on, ladies and gentlemen. So please, just give him 2 minutes. He has 2 minutes to speak. Just be respectful and give him 2 minutes. I'm gonna start it now.
This is a guy from Torrance, California.
So let's just cut. Okay, I'm sorry, stop my time again.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so this Sanctuary City game, you've played it to the end. You've exposed a lot of people. And let's just cut the crap here. Mr. Garcia never intended to protect anybody except his own job. So let's start with that. And, Chris Garcia has a dirty little secret he doesn't want to share with everybody. Because...
I'm sorry.
Aside from... Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, did you stop my time or what? Oh, why are you not restoring my time? What's going on? Okay, what's going on?
You're still talking.
Well, see, Chris has a dirty secret, okay? Because he's got money from all these contractors who have paid for him to be there, and then he gives them great deals and he charges the residents to the hill. They can barely afford where they live. It costs $1,000 for an apartment here in Cudahy. That's ridiculous. But he's got another big supporter, and he is a vocal opponent of sanctuary cities. You're getting big money from a guy who's opposed to sanctuary cities, and his name is Alex Vargas, the mayor of Hawthorne.
Arthur,
once you think about that, this guy's getting money. He says he supports illegals, but then he gets money from someone who opposes sanctuary cities. So that's a problem right there. But again, let's just cut the crap. You've never cared about anybody in this city. You denied little children the opportunity to perform for their parents and family.
Nope.
That was you, Mr. Garcia, and your 3 little stooges here were all along for the ride. I'm not even sure you can count. I'm fascinated. You're actually looking at me and not at my zipper. That is amazing. You're actually looking at me. Wonderful. But they can
That's
shout,
your guy.
but you can't run from a dirty...
That's your guy.
stop his time. Stop his time.
Wait a minute. I thought there was no hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome.
Arthur, make your comments to the.
But you've allowed them to interrupt me, and you need to restore my.
You interrupted me too.
Why are you doing that?
You interrupted me too. You interrupted me too. Get over it.
I'm not antagonizing. I'm speaking the truth. Why does that bother you?
Arthur, I'm going to start your time right now. Okay, you have 10 seconds. So you have 10 seconds. Mr. Allen, please start his time.
So, Francisco Rivera, where are you? Thank you. Raul Rodriguez? Those are Chris Garcia's white supremacists. The guy is...
Racist! 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 What is this, Arthur? Arthur, if you're not racist, what is this? If you're not racist, what is this? If you're not racist, what is this?
We're going to move on. Next speaker.
Our next speaker is Karina Quintana.
Who was that?
Quintana, my apologies. Quintana, Corina, or
Good evening, good evening, board and Cudahy residents. I've been a resident for over 27 years. I grew up playing sports here, and although I don't agree with everything that our board does, I do support them because I have seen improvements. Yes, we do need better parks. We do need better things for our children to do, but it doesn't happen overnight. And just like we're united here today against people who don't support us, we need to be united as a community and help.
Yes.
If we don't help each other, our community will not get better.
That's right.
Me, I'm trying. My daughter plays sports, and everybody's complaining about the cost of sports, but when they're not saying is, how do we pay the people who run the program?
Right.
It's not cheap. It takes money for referees and for the parks and to keep up the bathrooms and all that stuff. It takes money. So that's why we have to pay. And when I grew up, there was a lot of kids in sports, but right now there isn't. So how are they going to get the money? We need to come together as a community and we need to help each other. And these people, I don't know what they're doing here because it's not about that only. I'm not an immigrant. I'm a fifth-generation American and an American Indian also, but I do support our immigrants because they are our family, they're our neighbors, and they're our community, and they're part what makes Cudahy run. Not only. Woo! So we need to come together just like we did tonight all the time, and we need to support our board because I haven't seen any proof of corruption. Have you?
No.
Where's the proof? Where's the proof? And all I hear about is a ballet. All I hear is about a ballet. What about all the other sports that are doing good?
Yes.
You don't say that, so maybe you should next time. Thank you.
Yes. Woo! There's no proof.
We have a good 20 speaker cards left, so if you could just kind of move things along, that will help. Mr. City Clerk, if you could announce the next one.
Yes, our next speaker is Betty Retama.
Uh-oh.
Betty Retama?
She's coming. She's taking a second. She's a Trump supporter, yeah. Well, Betty Retama, come on.
From Torrance?
Yeah, she's from Redondo Beach.
Redondo Beach?
Yeah.
Mayor and council members. My name is Betty Retama. I've lived in this area over 50 years.
Nope, not in Cudahy.
I am not a white supremacist, nor am I a racist. There are good and bad people everywhere, in all countries, all races. My husband is from Mexico. I have a grandson that is half Japanese. You fellows are at a crossroad where you can continue to follow Huntington Park City Council down the road to destruction. And you will go to jail if you do that. Otherwise, you can follow Jack Guerrero and make Cudahy a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty.
So she's not a racist or a white supremacist, and she has Mexican grandchildren, and yet she continues to say that they need to sweep out Mexican trash. That's a conundrum. And they also say that it doesn't matter what race you are, but yet they say all illegals are criminals. So
Again,
because they kill
to please
people. So I don't know.
Calm.
Whatever you guys think about that.
Hear the comments from the speaker, so they're able to translate. Thank you.
Well, hello. I am Gerardo Hernandez. I am 14 years old, and the city of Cudahy in 2013 had $8 million in reserves, but as of right now, we are under $1 million in reserves. Not to mention, we are on the verge of bankruptcy. Instead of the city of Cudahy helping out the citizens here, you instead want to raise recreational fees, parking citation fees, and many more that hurt the citizens of Cudahy. We elected you city councils to represent the people, not to increase corruption that already exists today in this city. The citizens of Cudahy, who are hardworking people here, are sick and tired of being sick and tired. If not for the hardworking citizens in this community that work very hard 24/7, then who are you fighting for? And if you guys do not get your act together, I think it's time for a recall against all of you if you do not represent the people here.
Including Guerrero.
Well, stop this time, Mr. Please. The young man is speaking. Can you just please restrain him for making a lot of noise? I stopped your time. Go ahead.
I just also want to say, a couple weeks ago, one of our council members said to these Trump supporters that they were white supremacists. I denounced those comments because I think it's wrong to say that for hate. We are the people here. We live in America. We do not represent hate. We show love. We show support here. We do not say white supremacists. We are the people. That's all I say. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Man, that kid got balls.
Our next speaker is Agnes.
Cudahy, Wisconsin.
Sergeant of Arms, can you just please help me lower the crowd in the back?
Mayor, City Council members, if I were Donald Trump's child, I would be proud of my dad.
Anchor baby.
He's an honorable, honest.
Anchor baby!
Unlike you.
I'm sorry, stop her time. You know, this meeting will go a lot more efficient if we just let her speak her mind. Everyone has the freedom of speech to come to our meeting and speak for 2 minutes. So she has a minute and 47 seconds.
If she was the child of Donald Trump, she would be an anchor baby. Because all of his wives are foreign.
Go ahead, thank you.
Like I said, he's an honorable, honest, and humble man like you, Chris. If you were Donald Trump's child, you would be an embarrassment to the family, a liar, dishonest, and a racist. And one more thing. For your information, the KKK was founded by Democrats. Democrats who have to hide their faces to burn churches, homes, and lynch innocent people, innocent black people. You, Chris Garcia, is one of them, hiding behind the Cudahy City Council desk, hiding behind the poor people, hiding behind a mask, not to show what a dishonest, corrupt person you are. I have nothing against either one of you, but I resent you calling me a white supremacist. I am not a racist and have never been. And let me just inform some of you that don't know what the difference between legal immigration and illegal immigration is. Legal, you follow the law, background investigation, full medical exam, and we love this country. Illegals skip the whole process, and most don't respect the country, don't assimilate, learn the culture.
If you guys have just started watching, these are the Cudahy Council meetings. Racist Trump supporters that claim to not be racist because they are...
Ladies and gentlemen, Arthur Shopper, you have one warning for shouting during her public comments. You have a warning. Next speaker. Next speaker.
If you're not a racist, explain this. Explain this.
We have a lot of other speakers who would like to speak tonight, so if you could allow the city.
Next speaker.
Yes, Robin Winston.
My name's Robin Vidston, and I am very proud that we have a new president who wants to fight.
I'm sorry, I'm going to stop your time again. Arthur, you're being very disruptive. I'm going to give you your second warning right now, okay? Ms. Robinson, go ahead. Continue.
Donald Trump is targeting corruption, just as what is going on in this city.
Nope.
To those who don't know about the corruption, one issue is this. This council puts a lot of money on the consent calendar, which means it doesn't get discussed. For instance, tonight, this will not be discussed. Payroll demands, over $1 million. Local agency investment, $4 million. This is almost $5 million that will not be discussed tonight or analyzed because it's on the consent calendar. Also, in addition, the parking fees, the citations have been raised on the backs of the citizens in this city.
You don't even live here. Why are you worried about it?
That is corruption. And I would like everyone to know I'm a Cudahy citizen without borders. And in our country, we have freedom of speech.
So do we. So do we.
To speak
Robin, I'm
at
gonna
a
stop
city
your time.
council meeting.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop your time. The lady with bleach hair, black, you have a warning. Right behind you, yes, you have a warning. What's your name?
We need the audience.
I get out there to say the funny she's
Well,
supposed to.
ma'am, we need the audience to be quiet. Ma'am, what I need you to do is to address the...
Yes, Robin, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
So in our country, we have freedom of speech, which means we can attend a city council meeting and speak out on issues of corruption. The corruption that goes forward in Cudahy affects cities all around us.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I was just handed a constitution. We are a
Read it.
because we are a nation of laws.
Read it.
And that is what we
10th
are
and
calling
14th
upon
Amendment.
the City Council. Stop the corruption. Stop the kickbacks. Stop the abuse of the poor citizens and take care of this city. Fix the city. Thank you.
You don't speak for Cudahy. You're not from here. You can't speak for us. You don't live here. I don't feel abused. I'm from Cudahy. I don't feel abused.
We need to announce the next speaker.
Yes, our next speaker is Raul Rodriguez Jr.
Except for the Cudahy part. Don't touch my ship, bitch. Jeez.
I'd like to start by saying I'm an American. I'm a proud American. I'm of Mexican descent. When you make remarks to me because I look just like you, I'm a proud American.
You can
I'm
still
very
be
proud
American and racist.
This is why I'm here.
And racist.
Exercising my rights to speak and share my comments. Mr. Garcia, I shouldn't even call you
Even
Mr.
Mexicans can be racist.
Because you don't know what the Constitution says. You don't abide by it. When people speak up here, you don't even look at them. This is the first time you've ever looked at me.
Tell Sergeant
You
Beard.
don't have any respect for anybody.
He can't hold up his sign. I can't hold
Now,
up my sign.
the shirt that I'm wearing is Andre Mitchell. He was killed, murdered by an illegal
Are you
from
kidding?
Honduras.
Are you kidding?
He was murdered
Richard, he can't hold up
by
his sign. I
someone in
couldn't
this
hold up
country
mine.
illegally. Now, I'd like to remind you, Mr. Mayor, can you please keep them?
Put your sign down.
Give them a
Put your
warning.
sign
Treat
down.
everybody the same.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Do not discriminate against us.
Mr. Rodriguez, can you put your sign down? Can you put your sign down?
Put your sign down.
Cut you off because you're in a really good speech, but your sign's disrupting the audience and they cannot see. So I'm going to ask you to just put your sign down. That's fine. Just put it down. I can read it, sir.
Okay, it's for you guys to read.
Thank you very much. So you have 54 seconds to complete your comments, sir. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, like I was saying, that you need to be everybody equally the same. Not discriminate against us and stand with them. That's behind us, but that's what you're doing. You're not giving them any warning. This is the first time you gave that lady a warning. But the rest of us, you're giving us a second and a third warning. So you need to be fair and do not discriminate against us. Okay? We have the right to be here.
So do we.
I am an American.
So am I.
And I'm exercising my First Amendment right of speaking to each and every one of you. And especially because I have a constitution that gives me the right to say what I want to say within reason. I don't have the right to say bad things to any of you, but I will say that Garcia, I hope they
Time's up!
I hope they vote you out.
You hope they because you can't vote, right? They because you can't vote. Okay, I'll take it.
That's more important than you yelling at them. You gotta let people see what's happening.
Okay, well, blame the Democrats for slavery. Oh, wow.
So the next speaker is?
This next speaker is Anita Lopez. My apologies if I pronounce your first name wrong.
Hi everyone, I'm going to keep it really short. I just came out here because I am a Cudahy resident. I've been living here since I was 7 years old. And I am now currently a special education teacher here at Elizabeth Learning Center. So I'm really proud to be from Cudahy, and firsthand I've seen how divisive and distracting and painful this election has been on my students. So I just really wanted to say that I appreciate Cudahy being a sanctuary city, and I'm happy I'm moving in the right direction, and thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Morales. Ismael.
Israel.
Well, good evening, council members and all members of the public. First of all, I am a son of immigrants, and I want people to stand up, whoever is from Cudahy and is an immigrant and who is proud to be an immigrant. Stand up. Right. No, I understand. No, I understand the point. But I want to show that let me tell you something.
Please address that.
No, I know, I understand that. But let me say this, all these people in the back, many of these people are I am a resident of the city of Bell. I'm not from Cudahy, but I used to shop in Cudahy when I was growing up, and I used to patronize businesses here in Cudahy. But let me tell you something, if you guys are for supporting sanctuary cities, right now our president up there in Washington is breaking the Constitution. Why? Because right now he hasn't given up his Trump companies, and you know that, and that is a violation of the ambulance clause.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, council. You guys should know, and you guys should listen to your own residents, which many of them are immigrants. And even if they don't have the right to vote, you guys up there have the right to vote for us, vote for them, and think about them. Because they are the people that you should represent, not the people who come from the outside. You know what we call them? They call them carpetbaggers. And I gotta say this. If right now the state of California and all of us are supporting sanctuary cities as a state, then we should stand by the state of California.
Yes.
Because we are going to be the example of all. So be the history right now.
Yes.
And make history right now. And be the first city, one of the first cities with Maywood to be a sanctuary city. Thank you very much.
Dude, my poor husband is like, I can already see it on his face. This kind of shit stresses him out a lot. And my poor husband, this kind of stuff
Good
stresses
evening,
him out.
council members. First off, I do want to state that I am a Bell resident, but I am a seller activist. I am here to support Cudahy and the decision to make Cudahy a sanctuary city. The United States of America is the land of immigrants. And let me remind everybody that the United States of America was encroached by the settlers that were on the Mayflower. Okay, so anyone that comes here from out of town to insult immigrants here, whether they are here legally or illegal, shush your mouth.
Stop your time.
When someone comes to our cities and they disrespect respect our residents, whether they are here documented or undocumented. It's up to everybody to stand together and stand for what's right. Okay, we recently had a young man in Kansas City that was killed by hatred. Yeah. We cannot allow this activity to happen in our communities. Our boys, our men and women have fought for this country and have the right to live here. We died for this country. We have a right to live here without being harassed. Another thing too. Stop my time, please.
Yeah, stop her time. Robin and Antaeus, you have each a warning.
Folks, whether you're agreeing with the speaker or disagree with the speaker,
Yes.
you just let her finish.
Get it, girl.
We have minors here. We have young men and women here. And you know what? They have targets on their back because of the administration we have right now at the White House. We need real leadership, and it's not coming from the White House. Let's start it at local levels.
Yes.
Let's give our kids a chance. Please. I am a mother. I am worried for my daughter. I am worried for my nephew because I feel that they're walking around here with targets on their back because of the color of their skin.
Yes.
That's not right.
Yes.
Thank you. And another thing too, any activist who invites hatred to our communities is not a real activist. They're posers. Shame on them.
Jack Guerrero! Woo, Jack!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We still have quite a few folks to go through, so
Who's the next speaker?
Jack's friends.
Sylvia Merlos Green.
On. Get it, Sylvia. Can you want your bag? I think is that yours? Oh, okay.
As the daughter of Salvadoran immigrants and someone who grew up on this very street, I was compelled to attend today to support Cudahy. Our community is one of immigrants, the most hardworking, humble, peaceful, and loving immigrants I've ever met. From the people, I learned perseverance, relentless, and a strong work ethic, qualities I was well equipped with to fight through the education system. For this very reason, I am appalled by the presence of this anti-immigrant group wanting to label our people as illegals when they themselves are aliens in our cities. Their sense of entitlement over our rights is fueled by this country's political climate, and we must not allow them to invade our sanctuaries, just as we must not allow people to represent us who do not have our best interests at heart. Councilman Guerrero was offended by insinuations that he invited this group of sick-hailing white supremacists to our community. He is adamant he did not, and I believe him. I believe that he did not explicitly send the invite, but he did invite them through his actions to proudly attend an inauguration for a man who has shamed, denigrated, belittled, and defamed our people, and then go on record saying he does not support Cudahy becoming a sanctuary city on the grounds that it is only symbolic. Those are treacherous acts in this community.
Yes.
For this city to stand behind its residents in the most symbolic of ways is the most important thing to people.
Yes.
Our community needs to feel supported and safe, but Councilman Guerrero seems more concerned with hobnobbing with those who will make him feel the elitism of his higher education.
Yes.
I could only wish that Stanford and Harvard had taught you a little less accounting
Don't
and
interrupt
business
her.
and a little more social
Don't
justice
interrupt
and
her.
compassion. You side with an oppressive regime and cannot be allowed to, in Cudahy and any of our cities.
Thank you very much.
Get it, girl.
Thank you very much.
I will never apologize.
Don't boo! Don't interrupt us! Shut your mouth! 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 Shut your mouth!
Strike three.
Guerrero! Rico Guerrero!
You guys did very good.
We are so close to getting through.
Yes.
That's not the way that we have several more speaker cards. If you can please go.
Again, Mr. Guerrero, for the third time, please hold your comments. You'll have an opportunity to speak as well once you turn in your public comments. So please hold your comments to the end. Thank you. Next speaker, City Clerk.
Yes, Jacqueline Cardona.
Woo! Get it, Jackie.
All right, good evening, council, residents, and activists that have attended. My name is Jacqueline Cardona, and I have been a part of this community for 40 years. Born and raised here, attended public schools here, and now I have the privilege to be a public school teacher here. And I'm here for my students, for the youth. And I commend you, Garcia, because you stood up and made this and helped make this a sanctuary city. Unless you've been in the classroom and you've heard children cry with the fear that their parents may be deported, unless you had a student come and tell you, I need the work because I have to visit my mother who's on the other side of the border, you cannot know the pain these children are going through. And I love this community, and I love what I do. And when hate and bigotry comes to this community, I will tell you what I tell my students. You can do anything you want. I did it, right here, Ms. Silver Merlos did. She also attended a private elite university, though she didn't throw it in anybody's face. I just wanted to add that there. And when I see my student, I don't see immigration status. I see future lawyers and doctors and teachers and people that are going to change this world. And I'm appalled by the hypocrisy, and I will not name call, but I'm appalled by the hypocrisy of someone that claims to be part of this community, yet does not support it.
Or
with my children.
Don't interrupt her! No, shame on you!
This is the fourth time you've interrupted somebody, Mrs. Guerrero. This is the fourth time you interrupted a speaker at public.
First Amendment.
Please.
Freedom of speech, remember?
Part of being in the public eye is having to accept criticism.
Accept criticism.
Please just
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
This is actually directed, maybe the attorney can clarify, but can you give a warning to a council member as well if they're not going to be...
I think we're not at that.
I think we are. I think we are.
We are.
I think we definitely are.
Unfortunately, I cannot give him warnings. He's a city council member. He just needs to be respectful towards the comments that are being made, and he's choosing not to be respectful. So we stopped your time, Ms. Cordova. We're going to continue your time at 16 seconds. So please go ahead.
And I'll just
name call him now, Jackie.
Again, I will always stand for my students. Okay, so thank you again, Chris Garcia, Markovich, Sanchez, and Hernandez for standing up for the youth of Cudahy.
You had your turn. Let her talk. She has an opinion. She's allowed to. She's allowed to.
Everybody should be quiet now. Thank you very much. It's Carmen.
No, it's Patricia.
Go ahead.
Good evening.
I love you. Just let me be. You gotta let me do it.
At least four of them.
I love you.
When I look at all four of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, sell out, sorry. When I look at all of you, I am proud. I see my students. I'm a teacher here at Ellen Ochoa Local School. And when I see you, I see them. And I had to write what I'm going to say because I didn't want to deviate. I needed to control my feelings. So besides seeing people who look like the community they serve, I also see the same strength, courage, and hope that I see in the faces of my 10-year-old students. The eyes of my students have filled my heart with love for over 20 years, and it is those eyes that keep me coming back. In my classroom, we do not build walls.
We sit together to make a makeshift home called a classroom, to fill our hearts with love, our brains with knowledge, and our souls with compassion. They are the leaders of tomorrow, and I'm so hopeful for the just and tolerant future that they are preparing for this great community. Believe me, if there is a silver lining to hate, bigotry, and vitriol that you spout, the silver lining is that it has awoken a consciousness,
Yes.
a voice that cannot be silenced. These are the voices of my students, their parents, and the people who love them. These are the voices that will not be afraid to confront hatred head on. We do not build walls in our classrooms or in our community.
Yes.
We will not allow walls to be built in our country, in our community. We will build a beautiful multicolored quilt that is made up of all the uniqueness that each human being possesses. You can keep your cold, imaginary, gray, ugly wall that represents your heart and your soul. Try to use that wall.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your comments. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce the next speaker.
Next speaker is Joseph Moreno.
Yeah, Joseph! Tell him, Joseph!
So, hi everybody, I'm Joseph Moreno, I'm 12 years old. Now, you see these people right here, I know they don't like to be called white supremacy, but guess what? They're white supremacy.
Woo!
I'm sorry, but you cannot deny the facts, right, Jack? Right, Jack? You can't deny the facts?
Right, Jack?
You see, now, I come from a community where people are scared. People are scared of people like Jack. People are scared of people like these people. And when Trump says he wants to build a wall, he's just afraid, and he wants to put what he doesn't know aside.
Right.
So guess what? We're not. I am what he's afraid of. We are what he's afraid of.
Yes. Tell him, Joseph.
You know what I read his sign, and you know what I read? He wants to stop bird citizenship when guess what? That's in the Constitution.
Yeah!
I'm sorry, a 12-year-old knows more than you.
Yeah! Oh my God, I love this kid! Woo! Tell him, Joseph! Yeah. He got it.
So for the four people here to the right, not you, I want you to be my future.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to clean up all the trash that he leaves, that they leave, all the trash that Trump leaves behind. I am your guys' future, so I want there to be a clean future, a clean house where I can go up and be proud of. And they say that Trump is he shows what we want. Guess what? He doesn't show what I want.
Yeah! Joseph! 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 USA! USA! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Take your seats. Thank you very much.
Woo! Joseph, say hi to your new fan base, baby. Say hi.
Let's try to set a good example for everyone. So, please, can we get a mouse next week?
School by a 12-year-old.
Future Trojan, right? Which one was that?
I have to give it to you, sir. I'm glad to see that you cleaned yourself up and cut your hair. You look pretty nice. Looks like your wife did you proud.
He donated it to cancer patients, idiot.
Anyway, man that was just up here speaking. Hats off to him.
You can't hear.
He's got more balls than you guys do.
Then Jack.
Unfortunately, he's been lied to. The only time your Constitution applies to anybody is if you're a legal United States citizen, whether you be immigrant.
I'm sorry, Roncola, I'm going to stop your time there. Can you please, I'm having a difficult time hearing her, so I know the interpreter is probably having a difficult time hearing her as well, so please just remain calm and let Ms. Roncola finish her comments. You have a minute and 19 seconds, Roncola. Go ahead.
Anyways, unfortunately, he was raised on lies.
No, he was raised on truth.
Yeah. Don't speak for him.
You have legal immigrants that made our nation great. I am Native American, Sioux Nation. I am Irish, and I'm also Jewish. I am by far a white supremacist. Okay, my children are of Latin descent. My grandchildren are of Latin descent. I am by no means a white supremacist.
Just racist.
Okay, now, you got doors on your classroom? Yep. You lock those doors on your classroom, keep our children safe? No. Well then shame on you. Shame on you. Keep our kids safe.
They are safe. They are safe.
Now.
Safe from you.
Mr. Garcia, I am glad you're here, sir, because you are going to be sued, right along with the other two with you.
Oh, that's three.
Excuse me, but the mayor did breakfast with his present that day.
Ladies and gentlemen, however you feel, whatever the speakers say, if we could just please allow the speakers to...
Did you by chance look up the words libel and slander?
All the shit
Mr. Garcia, when you put out mass emails, you might want to make sure that... You might want to make sure...
Time's up!
Ms. Bodilla, behind you, Sandy. Ms. Bodilla.
That's you.
Ms. Bodilla.
That's you.
I'm going to give her a warning.
Call me?
Yeah,
I'm
you have a
going to give you a warning, Ms. Bodilla.
Okay.
Can you please
Padilla.
Padilla.
Yes, that's fine.
Hold your comments to yourself, please.
Thank you.
One Padilla to another, please. Steven. Okay, folks, we're in the home stretch, so if you could please bear with us. We're going to have a few minutes.
Our next speaker is Councilmember Jack Guerrero.
Oh, Jack speaking. Tell us how you feel about sanctuary cities. He's going to talk about financial mismanagement. He's not going to tell us how he feels about all this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I continue to condemn the city's illegal conduct in organizing last-minute meetings in flagrant violation of the law, which prescribes that special meetings be properly noticed 24 hours in advance. The city repeatedly fails to do this. Whether the origin of the violations is malicious intent or sheer incompetence, we shall never know for sure.
Use your 3
but
minutes
it is
to talk
a
back to us
persistent
now.
factor nevertheless.
He had all kinds of stuff to say
Next,
when we
I
were
shall
talking.
continue to protest the city's financial mismanagement and severely delinquent budget, which passed 4 months late in direct violation of the recommendations promulgated by the California State Controller and the LA County Civil Grand Jury, and which continues to benefit vendors, campaign contributors, and personal friends of the City Council at the expense of the people, preserving bonuses and multi-year automatic compensation increases for senior management, while raising citation fees on the people, recreation fees on our children, and which, like a horror flick straight out of Hitchcock, contemplates a new regressive parcel tax on the working class community of Cudahy.
$139 a year, which is more than what we pay for our cell phone bills a month.
Let it not be done on the backs of the hardworking people of Cudahy. Each of the council members on that dais has accepted cash contributions from special vendors over which they are deliberating on contracts. We are not your punching bag, and we are not your piggy bank. One of those council members running for re-election has received tens of thousands of dollars from vendors with above-market, lucrative contracts in flagrant and unethical display of influence tampering. I have irrefutable evidence of contract negotiations with a for-profit corporation owned by a personal friend of Christopher Garcia, interested in using the city seal for free to peddle.
Thank you, Mr. Guerrero. Your time is up.
We have about 12 more speaker cards to go, so if you can just please go with us here.
Next speaker.
Next speaker is Roman Gonzalez.
Repeat that one time.
Roman Gonzalez.
Roman Gonzalez is the next speaker.
Where's my card? It's coming, Sandy. They're not done yet.
Gonzalez.
I know, but they mixed them all up because they took so many that they turned them all in at once. So they got all mixed up.
Good evening, Council. My name is Roman Gonzalez. I'm an Air Force veteran. I grew up here in Cudahy. Now, I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent. But one of the things I see here is a lack of respect. You know, you guys are disparaging Mr. Jack Guerrero, who grew up here in Cudahy as well.
Nope.
Went to Stanford and Harvard. And we're disparaging him for his education.
No.
You know, there's an old Mexican proverb about crabs.
Nope.
Where
just for not voting
is grabbing crabs, and his partner says to him, "Hey, your crabs are getting out. Put the lid on." And the fisherman replies, "Don't worry, they're Mexican American crabs. They're going to drag each other down." So instead of disparaging him for his education and his hard work ethic, we should admire his accomplishments to giving back to the city of Cudahy.
Nope.
Another thing I want to talk about is respect.
What if he did?
Being a military veteran, I've been across the world and across this country where racism is alive and well.
Yep.
And this group is not what racism looks like. I've seen racism firsthand.
What are these comments?
Okay.
Then.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Explain these.
Time. Please let him finish. He has 47 seconds. Go ahead, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you. So, to generalize a group of people, you know better than the man you hate, Donald Trump, who you claim generalizes people. And I don't support the president. I voted for Gary Johnson. Okay? And also, I'm not a Democrat either. Also, I want to talk about respect and the fact that we shouldn't generalize people. You know, this is Black History Month, so I want to share the last quote that I have, is
They're generalizing
we should
us.
judge people by the content of the character, by Martin Luther King. Not their political beliefs, not their color.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It goes both ways.
Go ahead. You can finish your quote.
Okay. Like I said, judge a person by the content of their character, not their political beliefs, and don't generalize. Thank you very much. And shout out to the translators for doing this.
Thank you very much, Chris.
What are these? Look at, they're not racist? Calling me a wetback? Get out of here.
Next speaker, City Clerk. Oscar McCartney.
Oh, here comes Oscar. He's about to drop some knowledge on these bitches.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you to everybody who's here, especially the young people who are out here today. They could be anywhere else, but they're here getting a lesson in civic engagement. So I want to talk, I'm here, I want to start with a quote as well. Stand for something or fall for anything.
Yes.
And I stand for sanctuary cities. I'm from the city of Maywood, I'm from Cudahy. And the city of Maywood's proudly been a sanctuary city since 2006. And let me give you some facts, not alternative facts, the stuff they deal with. Let me give you some facts.
I'm sorry, Oscar. Before you start your facts, I'm going to stop your time. And Carmen Hernandez, I'm going to give you a warning. Carmen Hernandez, I'm going to give you a warning. I can hear you from up here. I cannot hear his comments, so you have a warning. Go ahead, Oscar. You start your time.
So the facts are this. The city of Maywood was once one of the worst cities when it came to crime in all of California. There are 480 cities in California. In 2006, the city of Maywood became a sanctuary city. Today, because of that, because the city became a sanctuary city, and because of the great relationship that our community has with law enforcement, specifically the East LA Sheriffs, the city of Maywood is now the 31st safest city.
Woo!
And if you look at the top 50 list, the city of Torrance, the city that Arthur's from, is not on the list. So, if I want to get my groceries back, then I'll go to Arthur. If I want to talk about politics, then I'll come to the leaders in our community. So, what is it that I am really afraid of? I am not afraid of undocumented people. I'm afraid of white terrorism. Because white terrorism matters. There's people here with shirts that say remember. Well, let's remember the victims of the Oklahoma City bombing. Let's remember the victims of the Aurora theater shooting. Let's remember the victims of the Charleston massacre. These were all people who were murdered by white terrorists.
Yes.
And to this day, there in the last few weeks, there have been. Thank you.
Next speaker is Carmen Hernandez.
He doesn't even go here.
Hey, Raul Rodriguez, you have a warning for screaming out loud. Thank you.
Oh. This is going to be a good one, guys. This is going to be good. She's crazy.
Buenas tardes.
She's crazy.
Yo quiero decirles que la gente de aquí que tiene 10, 15, 20, 30 años y que nunca se ha presentado a las juntas, está en un error muy grande. Porque aquí los que trajeron a estos fueron ustedes. Para arruinarle la campaña a Jack. Y no te agaches, Chris, que tú fuiste el que lo trajiste. Porque tienes una campaña tan sucia que ahorita me da risa de lo que hiciste. Te conozco, Chris. ¿Ya se te olvidó que te conozco desde chiquito? Y ya se te olvidó que yo fui la que te ayudé en la campaña. Estábamos en un garage allí haciendo tu primera campaña. ¿Cuántos juguetes yo junté para tu campaña? Fueron $7,000 cada año para que tú estuvieras allí, para que ayudaras a los niños, no para que los fregaras. Y ahorita me da lástima que estés aquí trayendo a la gente para arruinar a Jack. Lo tienes así. Es pura gente pagada, porque tienes comisionarias trabajando para ti. Qué vergüenza me da que ese niño chiquito con su cara tan acá, que da lástima. Ahorita da lástima, Cris. Da lástima porque no hayas cómo juntar a la gente. Ya se te olvidó que por nosotros están los 4 allí. Mr. Salgate, que se vino arrastrándose porque dijo que aquí éramos unos borreguitos. Y todavía está la gente diciendo, somos borreguitos para votar por ti, por lo que hiciste. ¿Qué hiciste con las niñas? Ahora sales retratado con las niñas.
Muchas
muy
gracias,
indignado con las niñas.
Time.
Next speaker.
If you hate him, then don't vote for him, but we voted for him.
Omar Navarro is the next speaker.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Hola, mi nombre es Omar Navarro y mi familia vino a este país legalmente. My name's Omar Navarro. My family came here legally. They didn't break any laws. They assimilated to this country. I'm half Mexican and half Cuban. And they didn't break laws. They set an example to me as an American to obey the laws of our country. And I'm going to take a play from one of my friends who says it. I'm Latino, and I say build that wall and make it 10 feet high. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. Hey, my Todd, please, calm down, everybody. Hey,
actually, hold on.
It's my time.
Mr. Navarro, I'm going to stop your time. Actually, the only people that were shouting that were right here, so Robin, from that row on, you guys all have a warning. Okay, so I... And rewind my time, please. Y'all have a warning down here, everyone's shouting, this is the most, your attention to start right now.
We're very close to being over, so please just start
like I was saying, I'm not drinking Kool-Aid. When I learned my education, I went to USC. I went to a good school. And I'm very fortunate because my family worked very hard to get me to go to a good school.
So did mine.
And they busted their butts.
So did mine.
But they showed me to obey the laws of our country.
So did mine.
That they assimilated through the legal process.
So did mine.
There is a price to freedom. There is a price that you have to pay. When you cross over and you don't do it right, you got to pay a price. And you got to set an example, you got to go back. And you got to go through the line. I have friends of mine who are Italian, who have gone back to Italy, who own businesses. And, you know, look, they go back to set an example to their kids. They go back to set an example to every American that you can do things right. Excuse me, please rewind my time, please, as I'm talking. I'm talking.
We'll stop your time, ladies and gentlemen. Please, he's almost done. He has 29 seconds.
Excuse me, just give me like 29 seconds, please, here.
It goes a lot further.
In birthright citizenship, get deported behind the wall.
So, can I talk?
Bring out the communist wall.
Calm down, sir. Let me talk.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, like I was saying. So, you know, you guys are right here on the council chamber. You guys are calling white supremacists. Well, you guys call me a white supremacist too. But how am I a white supremacist? I'm half Cuban and half Mexican. Hola, ¿cómo está?
Then you're racist.
I'm not a white supremacist. I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American. Excuse me, everybody. Let me talk, because I am talking right now.
Excuse me, everyone.
You guys had your time. You guys have been rambling on.
You did it to us.
And let me talk.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, rewind my time, please. Rewind my time, please.
Ladies and gentlemen,
rewind my time.
5 seconds more. Ladies and gentlemen, please. He has almost
Oh my God.
You got 5 seconds. Go ahead, Mr. Navarro.
You know, what I say is build that wall. And I'm Latino, and it got 10 feet higher. Enough's enough. Corruption is enough.
Thank you very much, Navarro. Thank you very much.
Hey, if they end birthright citizenship, you're behind the wall.
Bring down the wall, Cubano.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. They call Robin back.
Wet foot, dry foot. That's why he's legal.
Who's the next speaker, City Clerk?
He's a communist. He's a communist. The next speaker actually wants to talk about soccer. The name appears to be Garciel is the last name.
Graciel, last name Graciel.
Yeah, Graciel wants to talk about soccer. Lugo Park Soccer, there's a person who wants to speak about Lugo Park Soccer. Annalise Garcel, it looks like.
Oh, Annalise.
Annalise
Garcel, is she in the building still?
No, she probably gave up.
No, once, going twice, okay, then we won't go down to the next person.
Alex, did you hear them talking about
Our next speaker is Maria Guillen.
Who? Oh my God. No, she's crazy.
I have a point of order. Before the speaker begins, there's a lot of heckling happening from my left.
And from you?
The vice mayor just called this resident a Trump supporter. Now, I would like clarification on protocol, please. Whenever a member of the
You first. You first. You first. You first.
So just like I couldn't give
Bye.
I cannot give the vice mayor a warning. So please proceed. Go ahead, Maria, and please proceed.
Sí, buenas noches, Consejo. Yo sé que es un país de libre expresión y aquí estamos todos para decir nuestra opinión. Lamentablemente no todos estamos de acuerdo. Señor García, es muy triste y usted que recordarle cada vez que estamos aquí en estos meses. Que usted corrió con el señor Jack Guerrero, igual Barú, los tres estuvieron en mi casa, los tuvimos ahí. ¿Por qué antes no renegaba de él ni hablaba tan mal de él como hoy está hablando en contra de él? Es una tristeza que siendo colegas de años, a hoy no pueda reconocer lo que él hizo también por usted. Nosotros somos residentes de aquí de Cudahy. Yo soy residente del país y de Cudahy por 26 años. Y es una tristeza lo que estamos mirando aquí. Yo sé.
This is the lady that at the last council meeting told me and Christian that we didn't deserve to be parents. That's why I had a miscarriage. Just for everybody watching. That's her.
Les digo, vengan después de que gane su favorito, porque todos tenemos nuestro favorito. Pero vengan después y vean cómo están trabajando en la agenda, qué es lo que están haciendo, todo lo que están pasando, lo que no están apoyando. Yo sé que son 4 votos en contra de uno. Aunque gane o pierda uno, los van a hacer lo que ustedes quieran. Pero que vengan y vean realmente lo que está pasando en nuestra ciudad, en nuestra comunidad. Porque esta ciudad es muy pequeña y lamentablemente debe más que otra ciudad de los alrededores. ¿Y quién está pagando? Nosotros trabajamos. Yo no estoy aquí.
So she's pretending like she's talking sense, but I don't care anything she has to say after that.
Aquí estamos en nuestra ciudad. ¿Por qué no trabajan limpio y reconoce lo que ha hecho cada uno? Dejen de estar tirando los flyers de las personas que son sus contrarios o no contrarios. Todos tenemos nuestro derecho y nuestra opinión de ser libres. Libres porque nos merecemos ser libres y de expresión. Estas personas que están aquí, señor, ya por favor, cuando tenga su tiempo, conteste. ¿Quién lo está?
Muchas gracias, María. The next speaker.
Gregorio, regarding property tax.
Somebody filled out a card by the name of Gregorio.
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, Gregorio, ¿puede agarrar el micrófono? Por favor, y nomás haga sus comentarios dirigidos al concilio, por favor.
Gracias. Buenas noches a todos, buenas noches a mi comunidad. Primero que nada, yo vengo aquí...
No se oye.
Yo vengo aquí primero que nada para aclarar que parece que estamos muy divididos por el grupo que tenemos a un lado. Yo creo que es lo principal, que hay mucho malentendido aquí de quién los trajo, quién no los trajo. Lo principal tiene que ser estar unidos como comunidad. Esperemos que todos saquen todo a la luz lo que están haciendo mal. Unos de ustedes no aceptan una auditoría, muchos sí la aceptan. Ahora, respecto a los taxes de la propiedad, esa es otra. Al final del día, toda la comunidad vamos a pagar el pato, como se dice vulgarmente. Los dueños de propiedades van a subir las rentas. Yo tengo conocidos que tienen propiedades aquí, como ustedes saben también. Ellos ya dijeron,
it's only, if they increase rent, it's only $15 a month increase, 40 cents a day, if they increase rent. No, we don't have rent control, so if they increase it more than that, then they have to report it, so that we can figure out which property owners are exploiting people who live here.
Lo único que yo sí le pido a la comunidad, que hagamos la decisión correcta acerca de unas leyes que quieren pasar. Estamos, no sé cuántos millones exactamente en deuda. El primero se ven todo aquí, los gastos que han hecho, el pulido. Yo lo veo sentado, él no da nada, no hace ningún comentario. Yo creo que ya es tiempo que después de, bueno, el tiempo que tenga aquí, que haga un comentario, que dé la cara y diga, ¿sabe? Lo que yo veo
on the property owners in Cudahy, which is $139 a year, and is specified to go to public safety only.
Por favor, porque al final del día, como le dije, el grupo que tenemos a un lado nos está dividiendo, y eso es lo que no queremos aquí. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Gregorio. Next speaker.
Next speaker is Adolf. Last name is V-A-R-E.
Adolfo Veras, or Varas. I believe you already spoke. He already spoke.
Yeah, he did.
I'm turning the public comment card for him.
The next, I can't read it. It just says VC. I just.
No, she's not. She keeps revealing all of his cars and that she get followers. So she's just using that she lives in Southgate.
I'm here to talk in regards to a PR video that I posted. It was a Facebook Live, and actually watching my Facebook Live about 2 months ago. Anyhow, this video was released and it was brought to my attention by a few Salke residents that it was actually Markovich who sent the video to Councilman Gil Hurtado.
Nope.
By you sending this video to Councilman Gil Hurtado, you instigated, and there's a lot of alleged statements going on. I've been getting harassed, I've been getting attacked. Aside from that, I mean, I don't care if you share a video, that's fine. But what I don't agree with is that Alan took this video, he edited it. The video was over 12 minutes long, and the fact that he edited the video, he made a lot of alleged statements. So now I'm being harassed. I'm walking on the street being told to be shot because of fighting. I don't agree with that. I don't condone my work as a PR being used to attack Councilman Jack Guerrero. I don't condone it for anyone to use my work to go ahead and attack anyone. Anyhow, in regards to, something else completely aside from this, I do have a meeting with the FBI on Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Where?
In Los Angeles. I have a meeting with the FBI, so I mean, this isn't about sanctuary cities, this is about the corruption, it's about following the money, and I can't follow every single, money trace, but they can. I just want to leave everyone with something. People that speak up in regards to corruption, they get criticized. So I want to go ahead and mention this. If you say anything, then you lose everything. If you say anything, then you lose everything. If you say anything, then you lose everything.
Thank you, Val.
Oh my God.
Destroying public property. Destroying public property.
Next speaker, Frank Dean.
Wow.
I gotta buy another microphone.
Dude, nobody sent that video. She posted it on Facebook Live. Get it together. Nobody sent anything. It was on your
Richard,
Facebook.
Frank Dean. Frank Dean.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Totally.
5150.
That's what somebody else said on here. What is that?
Good evening, Mayor Sanchez, members of the City Council, and members of the public. I want to commend the City Council for everybody showing up tonight. I think it's very honorable. I want to commend all these people in this room tonight for showing up because 10 months ago, I wasn't paying attention to what was going on in my own backyard. I've had family and friends in and around Cudahy for most of my life. I've lived and worked in the area. I've lived in Maywood, Downey, East LA, and I've had business activities in Cudahy much of my life. I support businesses here, and the people of Cudahy are near and dear to me. Before I go on, I want to commend the men and women, the brave men and women of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department for they've done a great job. They made Maywood safe after Maywood ran their city down and ran out of resources because their city council was not handling things well. We saw what happened with Bell. I saw Mr. Rizzo at the criminal court building, and we're glad he got what he came with, what he opened himself up for. Now we have one member of the city council here has stuck up for the poor. He hasn't talked about whether they're documented or undocumented. I hear from being at the city planning meetings here, I heard that by Cudahy's figures, 90% of the population are poor people. They're not property owners, they're renters. Just look and see who's been sticking up for them. Look at all the videos of past meetings and see the one man that stuck up for him is Jack Guerrero against all these other tyrants. Thank you.
Never.
Thank you for your comments.
Except for me, who disagrees with him. He says it for everybody except for me.
Sandy Orozco.
Good evening, council members. My name is Sandra Rivera Orozco. I'm a Southeast political activist. And it saddens me, in this governance, there's not leadership with Jack Guerrero. I was very close to Guerrero at one time, but I became very objective and saw his feelings. And to this day, he's not even called me at all.
He doesn't
Shame on
respond to
him.
constituents he doesn't agree with.
Shame on him. We need to have unity. He creates division.
Yes.
He disrespects the dais when he comes out a couple of times. Yep. And you have to tell him, be quiet. He comes again and again. And I'm not an attorney. Let me make it very clear to you, legal counsel, with due respect, you have a right to remove a city council member on the direction of the mayor of the city.
For disrupting.
It was done in the city of Plenty Park not too long ago, and it could have been done today. So just go into your law books and find the direction that they can remove a person on the dais. Like
Robert's rules.
He should have been removed tonight. Now that being said, stop the clock. Okay.
He's disrespecting her. If I can't hold up my sign, he can't hold up his.
Southgate doesn't know the hell what he's talking about because he doesn't live in the city. He doesn't know what's going on. He's not brainwashed by people around here. Oh, there he goes again. And let me make it very clear to you. Respect goes a long way.
Yes.
We may disagree to disagree, but there's no right to disrespect me. Like Carmen did one time. The last city councilman here. I want to get her for slander. I just haven't had time to do that. But anybody else, like Rosario Pacheco, that sits there, blah, blah, blah. Well, her daughter called me a stupid fucking bitch. And I'm about to just lay a lawsuit on her. Right, Rosario? Is Rosario 5150? I don't know. But with that being said, thank you for letting me talk.
Thank you, Ms. Orozco. Thank you very much.
You tell him, Sandy.
Restraint from using profanity.
Tell him, Sandy.
During public comments.
Sandy.
Who's the next
Tell
speaker?
him, Sandy. Good job.
That was the last speaker card? Okay. Here we go. Now,
You have to put a public comment card.
did you turn in a public speaking card?
No.
No, unfortunately, you may not. Thank you very much. Normally, we have a rule where you come in, play a public speaking card for 20 minutes, turn it in, and you're able to speak for 2 minutes at the podium. So, if we move on to public city comments. Mr. Guerrero, you have 3 minutes to say your council comments.
To say your script. Read your script.
For the benefit of my Spanish-speaking constituents, I'm going to relay some of my earlier comments into Spanish.
But there's translation.
Sigo mi protesta
He just
sobre la
goes
mala administración
on
de
a
esta
script.
ciudad.
That's it.
La falta de un presupuesto honesto, aprobado 4 meses tarde, y la falta de la transparencia financiera, incluyendo un presupuesto que mal calcula nuestra estrategia para el año, aumentando la cuota de los tiqueteros sin ningún tipo de control para evitar el abuso, la cuadruplicación de las tasas de recreación para nuestros hijos y la eliminación de programas para nuestros residentes de la tercera edad. Mientras que al mismo tiempo, este concilio aprueba aumentos salariales cada año, automáticamente y sin preguntas, incluyendo compensación total para ese administrador de la ciudad.
He's upset because they're increasing salaries every year, giving people 50-cent raises every year or 25-cent raises every year. Like a good employer should be doing to hardworking people who have good, who are in good standing with their employer and have had reviews of their performance.
En costos excesivos en comparación a la cifra justa del mercado. Recientemente el Concilio aprobó un aumento para los residentes a más de $230 por residencia por año con respecto a la tarifa que se le paga a la compañía de basura. Ese contrato con la compañía también tiene cláusula que extiende el contrato indefinidamente para siempre, llamada Evergreen, porque cada año se convierte en contrato de 10 años y el próximo año vuelve a renovarse otros 10 años. Y así continúa la tranza, lo cual quiere decir que siempre tendremos un contrato de 10 años sin fin, para siempre, por los siglos de los siglos. Es un contrato injusto y mis consejados colegas han recibido dinero todos de esta compañía. También existe un ejemplo para otorgar el uso gratuito del logo de la ciudad para ampliar el ingreso de una compañía privada cuyo dueño es amigo de Chris García y sin ningún beneficio económico para la ciudad. Hasta el momento hemos gastado más de $25,000 negociando este alarmante contrato Estos $25,000 pudieron haber pagado las camisetas de los niños. En la agenda para hoy, este Consejo contempla una resolución para condenar al presidente y promover la ciudad santuario. Qué conveniente para este Consejo propagandista, justo una semana antes de las elecciones. Estos ejemplos de autopromoción no
It's
tienen
inconvenient for him because he doesn't want to vote, because he doesn't want people to know how he stands so that he doesn't ruin his image.
Con el condado de Los Ángeles.
He's a coward.
El departamento tiene su propia política para tratar con la gente indocumentada. Solo nos otorga riesgo con respecto a los fondos federales en una comunidad que ya es tranquila para nuestros residentes inmigrantes. Pero todos conocemos el ángulo de publicidad con respecto a esta resolución.
Time is
Before I forget, if you lost a cell phone,
Mr. Guerrero, is speaking. Relax.
if you lost a cell phone 2 meetings ago, come see me. If somebody lost a cell phone 2 meetings ago, come see me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Guerrero, for your comments. We're going to move on to Mr. Markovich. Mr. Markovich, you have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you everyone for coming out tonight. I want to personally thank the military vets that are here in the room tonight. We have at least 3, so thank you guys. I also want to acknowledge the other elected officials that are in the room from throughout the region. Thank you guys for coming out. Whether or not it is for support or just to see the show, it really goes a long way so that other electeds could also show and paint a picture of what happens at these council meetings bi-monthly. So thank you guys for coming out as well. And I also want to thank my brothers and sisters from Cudahy for coming out tonight. All the hardworking people, the educators, the nurses, the people in the medical field, thank you guys for coming out. I want to acknowledge the accomplishments of this council in the past year or so. We've been able to not only expand a park, which is right across the street, but rebuild one from scratch over here on Otis Avenue.
Yes.
As well as proclaim this city a sanctuary for the LGBT community.
Yes.
Well, as
Adolfo,
speak out against the
LGBTQ
anti-Muslim hate that's been permeating this
He doesn't want to pay
country.
attention to that.
And tonight,
My
we're going to
husband
vote to
My
reaffirm
husband was the
our
one who made
commitment
this
to our
sanctuary city for
undocumented brothers and
LGBTQ.
sisters. And I have already given direction to staff at the previous meeting.
Don't touch me! Get out of here!
Can you pause my time?
I'm sorry, we're going to stop. We're going to stop.
Don't touch her.
Okay, yeah. And for members of the public, please don't touch my wife.
Thank you!
Also, I have already given direction to staff at the previous meeting to switch banks from Wells Fargo due to their support of the Dakota Access Pipeline. I will never apologize for being a progressive council member in a working class. We are here to represent everyone regardless of their sexual orientation or immigration status. We are here to stay, and we are here to work for the people of this community, and represent this community with dignity and humility. Thank you very much.
That's my husband!
Thank you very much. Again, I just ask for have some respect for comments here.
I didn't hear what she said. What's it?
You have the floor. You have 3 minutes.
What'd she say? What'd she say?
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
I
I
don't
thank
know what that means. Oh,
everyone
money
for
for
being
my-
out here tonight. It
Oh,
means
okay.
a lot. This is the product of being homegrown and being raised in the city of Cudahy.
Yes!
Thank you so much. And you know what? We are a few days. This is the last meeting before the election. And what has Councilmember Guerrero done? I was going to say not much, but there is something he's done. A positive thing. He's united all of us together. The very topic of very topic of immigration and the role immigrants play has been playing out on the national stage and has been the subject of debate from state, local, county, and even here in the city of Cudahy. What's more is that this isn't a new issue. How to grapple with immigration in this country has been around for a very long time and has been the subject of debate and dialogue for past White House administrations and Congress over the years. However, what is new, and what is new for me and what I've been seeing, is this level of vilification and abuse that has been targeting our community.
Yes.
Our community is simply following the footsteps of those before us. The Irish, the Italians, the Polish, the Eastern European immigrants who came to this country to seek a better life.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop your comments. Raul, that's your second warning, Raul. Lady in the Trump hat in the front, that's your second warning. You keep on shouting, that's your second warning. So Raul, your third warning, you're going to be escorted out by the sheriffs. Lady with the Trump hat, you already have 2 warnings. Your next third warning, the sheriffs are going to be escorting you out.
Yeah, we're going to stick Joseph on you.
30 seconds, you can put your comments.
Whatever happened to freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
All right. So with that, what the city's going to do tonight, we're going to simply take an action that affords and guarantees the protections provided by the Constitution, if you've read it, to those individuals who are pursuing the American dream.
Woo!
I respect the public's right. I hear your concern. But we have a job as local officials to act on behalf of our residents and pass laws that protect our constituents regardless of their immigration status.
Yes.
I heard your comments this evening, and with all due respect, we could just agree to disagree. However, I believe we can agree that in the face of marginalizing groups of people, in the face of people who are not attending schools because of the fear of deportation, I believe we all have a responsibility to act, unite as a community,
yes,
and stand with our immigrant community,
yes,
who is in great fear of uncertainty in this time. So you have my word. I will continue to fight on behalf of those who are here undocumented.
Thank you. I'm going to turn over the floor to our Vice Mayor Hernandez. Vice Mayor Hernandez, you have 3 minutes.
Hello all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us in solidarity for our brothers and sisters. And today we're at crossroads where our values and morals are being challenged, not just here at the local level, but at the national level. It is an honor to stay in solidarity with all of our community members, specifically with our undocumented community, because they are humans. They are not half humans or illegal humans. I think we have to look at what's being challenged here under a smokescreen, under bigotry and under racism.
Yes.
Here in the city of Cudahy, we stand to represent all of our constituents. There is no such thing as races. There is only one race, and that is the human race.
Yes.
And we stand all of our community because we stand to defend the right of every resident to go about their daily life without fear of getting raided by their own federal government. Oftentimes, they target our low-income and marginalized communities. Hate crimes, fear tactics, and terrorism against our community will not be tolerated. We need to stand and make sure that all of our families and children are safe regardless of their legal status.
Yes.
We are accused of corruption by one of our council members in order to distract you from the fact that he has actually done nothing to improve our community. For the record, the district attorney has conducted an investigation and retracted from going any further because there are no violations or violations on these things. What proposals has this council member actually presented to increase revenues?
Nothing.
He abstains and refuses to participate in any of the meetings outside of our council. He didn't step into City Hall for years, at least to pick up his mail.
Wow.
What proposals have you actually presented is the real question here.
None.
Now, on the other hand, actions do speak louder than words and abstentions. We do not stand and have taken we do stand and take physical action to improve our community. For example, kids in sports. We got Lugo Park sponsored by Oscar De La Hoya Foundation. We have the Woodcraft Rangers. The Lugo Park has been renovated. Clara Park expansion has been renovated. We have new neighborhood watch programs, a new Citizens Academy. Yes. We've invested in grant writing. We have been awarded $10 million in grants that will go directly toward our city. Woo! These are not just he says, she says. These are facts. These are on the record. Yes. So tell me, Jack, what have you actually done aside from inviting to harass our community? And
Nothing!
Stand against them today.
Can't even vote! Just do the bare minimum. Just cast a vote.
We're almost there. I want to first start by saying thank you very much. I know this meeting could have gone a lot worse, but you guys have been very diligent, very respectful. To my point, I think it could have been a lot worse. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do thank you for being respectful. I want to start off with, together,
no kidding.
We're stronger. Together we fall. A lot of my colleagues are very passionate about what we're doing here. But I also want to talk about the other things, so you could see that this council was well diverse and well balanced. Some of the issues that were spoken today were about our balance not being budget, or us spending over $1 million. Those are great questions. Those are the things that we want to hear. And we have already read the agenda. I can tell you easily that last month we did not pay the sheriff's bill, which is $337,000. So we paid two months this month, which is over $600,000, with including some legal fees and some maintenance. So that adds up to over $1 million. Plus the payroll. Payroll is about $180,000. So it's about $1.2 million that we're spending this month. But I could reiterate that to you and not lie to you. Everything's in this agenda.
Yes.
Second thing that was talked about today, which was, how are we going to fund the money if Measure S doesn't, PS doesn't pass? Measure PS is a taxation for policing. We are already deploying the minimum what it is now. We pay $4 million of our sheriff costs. So we need help right now. The prior administration, they didn't really plan for the future, and that's what we're doing now. We're planning for the future. We're making our Neighborhood Watch program better. We need help, though, and we're not lying about it. That's going to be a restricted fund, which, yes, it will roll into the taxes that will go to a restricted fund that will only be used for policing. People tell you that it's going to be used for other purposes. No. Read the packet that comes into your vote. It tells you everything and how it's going to be restricted. So that's the second thing. Third thing that I wanted to talk about was, we're doing corruption because we did not appoint our city clerk. Well, FYI, that's a deputy city clerk. We could appoint a city clerk, but he's a deputy city clerk. Why? Because he's learning, it costs us less, and he's born grown. He's from Cudahy, started at City Hall.
Woo, Richard!
So, we're promoting that.
Woo, Richard!
Third thing, let's say Measure PS doesn't pass, which I hope it does, and it takes
He's also a business owner in Cudahy and contributes to our economy. Richard, everybody. Go on Facebook and like him.
Plan C, but we need Plan A without it. Secondly, we're going to have to cut policing. We don't want to cut policing, but that's the decisions that we're going to have to make, and that's what we're asking you guys. The third thing is, we have state money that comes in. The measure that you guys passed in November with Measure M about bicycling and doing et cetera projects, that money comes to local returns for pothole improvements. So there are money that comes helping us, but how do we know that? Because we've been educated, we've learned through the process, and we vetted it out. We come here to make decisions and collaborate as a team. Unfortunately, it's always 4-1. But don't get mistaken that this is a unified council, and we're going to progress and continue moving our city forward because we believe in it and it's within our hearts. And I love the support that we have here today.
Woo!
I do love it. So thank you very much for that. That concludes my comments. I will continue with the agenda at this time. So thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion. Given the nature of today's topic, I would like to move agenda item 12A regarding immigration safe zones to be discussed first.
Woo!
So there's been a motion and second. Is there any objection to that motion? Seeing none, we're going to go ahead and proceed with 12A as being the first item that we discussed today.
Watch, Jack's going to abstain. Watch. He's going to abstain. That's what he does best.
Hoping no one will notice.
Yep. Watch him abstain.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Thank you, members of the audience who are here today. In 2005, the city of
Richard, we can't hear you.
Approved a resolution. Can you hear me in the back?
Better. You got to talk louder.
Okay. Please bear with me. In 2015, the city of Cudahy approved a resolution designating the city of Cudahy a sanctuary city. It gave direction to city staff not to expend city funds in the furtherance of immigration enforcement. The resolution that you have before you today simply reaffirms the action that was taken back in 2015.
Yes.
It does, however, also add as a policy of the city the exploration of the creation of what are defined in the ordinance as safe zones. Now, for the purposes of the resolution, safe zones merely means that the city is proposing to engage with nonprofits, schools, and other organizations to provide resources and information to people who are in fear of being deported or who are at risk of being deported, or simply just
they're trying
need more
to work with the
information about the
schools to
current
make sure
state
that they don't cooperate with
affairs
ICE so they can't
respect to
deport the
the
kids.
administration.
So they're trying
So
to make
this
like,
ordinance
schools safe
pretty much just
zones.
adds on that. It builds
Like
on
churches or
the
safe
prior
zones
resolution
like that.
that was approved back in 2015. I can tell you that it is also consistent with California law. There are two primary statutes that govern cities' engagement and the engagement of public agencies with ICE and other federal immigration authorities. The first, as referenced in the staff report, is the Trust Act, which essentially gives discretion to cities to continue detaining persons who are arrested in response to ICE detainers. Nothing in this resolution is inconsistent with that state policy. It is also consistent with the Trust Act, which is another state law that took effect in 2017, which essentially requires that those who are going to be made available to ICE or who are going to be interviewed by ICE shall have the opportunity to be at least notified so that they can exercise their rights. That's pretty much the extent of this document here tonight. I'm happy to answer any questions to the council. And with that, that concludes my presentation.
Watch Jack abstain.
Thank you, City Attorney. I'm going to open it up for a motion.
Make a motion to approve item 12A.
Woo!
Motion. I'll second that motion. So there's been a motion and a second. I'll go ahead and open it up for discussion. Mr. Guerrero, you have minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the 1997 black comedy film Wag the Dog, the fictional presidential candidate, mere days before an election, orchestrated a war to distract the electorate from impending sex scandal. Today I'm reminded of this film, as the City Council conspicuously considers a new partisan resolution 1 week before an election. I wonder whether the diversionary tactic is really carefully choreographed subterfuge to avert attention from unethical practices, exorbitant $7 million pension liability,
he doesn't want to vote. He doesn't want people to know where he
for
stands.
senior management, including a city manager who is paid more than the governor of California, pay-to-play schemes, and questionable contracts for campaign contributors and personal friends of the city council. One example of which rises to the level of misappropriation of assets.
Which one?
Could they really believe that our residents are that easily duped and fooled into morally absolving the council's egregious conduct in exchange for a diversionary publicity stunt? Ladies and gentlemen, do not be fooled. This city council is engaged in misconduct. And neither a carnival or a toaster giveaway or feel-good partisan resolutions are going to change anything about it.
Toaster giveaway?
With respect to the general matter of immigration, I've long maintained that this country needs reform of our immigration program. As mayor, I authored a resolution in support of sensible reform, including a visit at my expense to Washington, D.C. to meet with House leadership to advocate for reform of the legal immigration system to make it more efficient and more closely aligned with the human capital needs of our economy.
Yeah, but the
agriculture,
government and the presidential don't want to do that. So then what's our next step? Sanctuary city. That's all we can do.
Cultural assimilation and allegiance to the United States of America. Separately, I have always championed young people, especially the children of immigrants, including dozens of letters over the last few years that I have personally written in recommendation to Harvard University, my alma mater, for promising young people. So don't tell me about fighting for our community. With respect to today's contemplated resolution, I would point out that Section 3 reads as follows.
Long Beach, Linwood, Maywood, but he doesn't want to
commission officer or employee from reporting information to ICE or assisting and or cooperating with ICE as required by federal or state statutes, regulation, or court decision.
He got appointed.
They're not letting you know
and then he got elected because he ran with Chris.
Why don't they tell you
because it was either him or the people who are in jail.
They're not doing
Nobody
that
stepped up to be a leader. That's not the case anymore. Now we have 9 people running.
This ordinance basically
it won't happen twice.
Think about what they put into the ordinance. Not a single city department, commission, or officer is precluded from reporting information to ICE as required by federal or state statute, regulation, or court decision. Think about that.
So for state law.
There is no beef to what they're doing. All right, it's all talk.
All right, Mr. Guerrero,
and no walk.
3 minutes are up.
Nevertheless, there's one.
Thank you very much.
Time.
Mr. Guerrero, your time's up. Mr. Guerrero,
Turn off his mic.
Mr. Guerrero,
Turn off his mic. If we only get 2 minutes, you gotta stop too.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on. Mr. Markovich, do you have any comments?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm not here to talk about Wag the Dog.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can we hold on? Sergeant of Arms, can you please have control the meeting? Adolfo, you're disrupting the meeting. Adolfo Varas, can you please? Sergeant of Arms, can you please remove Adolfo Varas from?
Get him out! Get him out! Get him out!
Sergeant of Arms, can you please escort
Get out! Tell him, Joseph! Joseph!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into a 5-minute recess.
Alright, Joseph!
You were shutting out loud when Mr. Guerrero was speaking.
I want to know if people speak out. Okay, I'll let you know.
We are going into a recess in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Sorry guys, I got a little crazy right now. They just removed Adolfo for disrupting and harassing, and he grabbed me already, so they finally removed him from the council chambers because he didn't like what we were saying. So